Uganda. Again, welcome to Gahanga Cricket International Stadium. Day number 3, Rwanda taking on Uganda.
Welcome everybody to day number 3, match number 5 of East Africa Trophy. Alongside me are the captains of Uganda and Rwanda, Rwanda being the home side. We're here for the toss with Clinton Rubagumya and Brian Masaba, and the match official Gaston for the toss.
Alright, here on the number is the head, so at the side is tails. Rwanda is the home team, you flip the coin,
Clinton tossing the coin. Heads is a call.
it's tails.
Tails it is. Clinton winning the toss. What would you like to do first?
Yeah, we'll have a ball.
You weren't around yesterday. Any changes to the side?
Yeah, Oscar misses out today, and of course Israel will get a rest. I come in, and Eric Big as well.
And what makes you take that decision winning the toss?
Yeah, it is a batting track. It's very hard to defend the score, so we would like to chase as well.
All right. All the best. Brian, losing the toss. If you had won the toss, what would you like to have done first?
Would probably have had the ball. Just looking at the outfield, it still looks a bit damp, so it'd probably be a bit slow. But it's still a good batting track, so hopefully we can come out here and put on a good score.
And what do you expect to be putting on?
I'd say, judging from yesterday's games, 170, 175, anything above that is really good. So that's what we'll be looking at.
Any changes to your side?
Yes, Henry takes a break. Siraj comes back in. Jonathan Sebanja comes in for Bilal as well.
All the best. And that's the report from the middle. Zaid Khan signing out.
One win against Tanzania yesterday, where they chased down 174, courtesy of Kevin Irakoze, alongside the standing captain of the day, Didier Ndikubwimana. But they will be having a very big ladder to climb today if they are to register their first win against Team Uganda. They've played each other 12 games. They haven't won a single game. They went closer of upsetting Team Uganda, but they did manage to get over the line. As I read you the team list of Uganda: Brian Makmasawa, the captain, of course, Alpesh Ramjani, David Wawire, the doctor who made his debut yesterday. Jonathan Sebanja is back into the side. Kenneth Waiswa, the man who picked up a hat-trick on their game against Team Rwanda. Pascal Murunji is back into the side. Roger Mukasa, the opening batsman. Ronak Patel is also back in the side after getting that 60. Ronald Lutaya, the left arm, is also in the side. Simon Sesazi, the opening batsman, who will also be keeping, and Sirajin Subuga back in the side. Whereas on the Rwanda national team is led by Clinton Rubagumya, who is back in the side alongside Didier Ndikubwimana, getting his half century yesterday. Led that ladies team get to that massive win against Team Tanzania. Emil Luchiriza, right arm off break. Emmanuel Sebareme, Eric Dusingizimana, who is also back into the side after registering the first half century of the tournament. Eric Niomugabo keeps his place. Kevin Irakoze, that man there who opened the batting. Martin Akayezu is also in the side. Orkidetu Isenge, Wilson Nitanga, Zapi Bimenyimana. Of course, the opening pair for Team Uganda will be none other than shirt number 37, Roger Mukasa, alongside shirt number 24, Simon Sisazi. And the umpires of the day are Uganda International Norbert Abi alongside Rwanda International female umpire Veronica Iriho. Clinton Rubagumia earlier at the toss talking to our co-commentator and partner Zaid Khan, saying he wants to utilize the wicket and the conditions up front to see if he can yet again restrict Uganda to a score below 130 to stand a chance of getting that massive win they are looking for. After 12 encounters with Team Uganda, it will be Zapi opening the bowling for Team Rwanda from the pavilion end. Roger Mukasa with 89 runs so far in this tournament in 3 innings, with the highest of 42 runs. He hasn't converted these 40s into that half century. Will be looking to get that half century or even more for his country and team. He's been looking in some fine touch. Can this be the day for the most experienced player in the Ugandan side? Third man and the deep extra cover are the 2 fielders outside the ring for Zapibi Menyimana. And his partner there at the non-strikers end, Simon Sesazi, with the highest of 50 against Tanzania in this tournament. Interesting tournament. We saw yesterday Tanzania beating the favorites, the defending champions, Team Uganda, in what was one of the best games we'll have to witness in this tournament. Went down to the wire, needing 1 off 1. And they ended up getting over the line easily is Team Tanzania. Of course, I won't be alone here in the commentary box. I'll be joined with the man who was out there at the toss in the middle with the 2 captains. Good morning, Zaid Khan.
Morning, Bob. Lovely game we've got on hand here. Be very interesting to see these 2 sides taking on each other now. Zapibi Menyimana opening up the bowling attack from the pavilion end. Clinton Rubagumia continuing with the same decision made yesterday. Roger Mukasa, 4 matches, 4 innings he's played. Yet to get to that half century and more, like Bob Bashir mentioned. At the toss, Brian Masaba, the captain of Uganda national team, did mention he would have liked to bat first regardless if he had won the toss. Roger Mukasa will be facing the first ball with his partner Simon Sisazi, who got out cheaply yesterday against Tanzania. Be looking forward to putting up some runs for his side today. It's a lovely hot morning here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium, courtesy of Dufferbet, that we've got East Africa Trophy here and RCA, Rwanda Cricket Association, really promoting the game in the region, allowing the players to play as many games as possible. Here we go, ball number 1. Full has been driven, but there's protection in the deep. And they rotate the strike. Roger Mukasa straight away starts up with a single. Good looking delivery there by Zapi.
Roger Mukasa yet again off the mark in the same fashion of yesterday's game, but this time round there was protection there, a deep extra cover. It's going to be a very big challenge for the Rwandan boys here. This left-hand, right-hand combination up front. They have a couple of more left-handers, is Team Uganda. They would love to get rid of these left-handers up front. Zapibi Menyimana with 4 wickets so far in the tournament. He's been leading the bowling attack of Team Rwanda. Simon Sesazi there on your screens. 4 matches, 4 innings with 55 runs, with that highest score of 50 against Team Tanzania. With an average of 18, he would love to see if he can get more runs for his team. Four ball driven straight to mid off, straight to Eric Niomugabo. Good bowling there from Zapi. He picked his wicket in the first game, bowling it slightly away from his reach, where Simon Sesazi threw the kitchen sink at it and got a very healthy outside edge straight to the field. A third man, Oscar Manishime, who took a very comfortable catch. Can he replicate that delivery? Of course, there is that fielder, a third man. All played by Simon Sesazi, very solid. One of the opening batsmen for Team Uganda, who's been standing tall there with the bat. Already edging closer to 1,500 runs in T20 International.
Takes it on the pads. The umpire, Veronica, not interested as he was sliding down leg. Zapi having a change of sides every time the strike gets rotated. Quite a headache to the fielding side with that combination. In the air, who's underneath it? And comfortably taken. Massive blow for stop. Emil Rukiriza taking a comfortable catch in the deep there. Had all the time in the world, got underneath it. Eyes on the ball. And a massive, massive wicket. Roger Mukasa has to depart cheaply. What a blow to the Ugandan side for stop.
Fantastic bowling there from Zapibi Menyimana. Saw him charging in, banged it into the wicket. There was, of course, that man there at deep extra cover for that particular shot. Emiru Kiriza, who takes a very comfortable catch to get rid of the dangerous informer Roger Mukasa. Make that 2-in-2 for Zapi against Roger Mukasa. And with that wicket, brings in Ronald Rutaya at the crease. 2 left-handers.
Definitely not the kind of start Uganda was hoping for. Rwanda on top here, picking up a very big wicket. Very, very nice over by Zapibi Menyimana so far. He's given away just 2 runs, just 2 singles. In the very first over of the game, he has picked up the big fish, Roger Mukasa. We all know the sort of damage he can do to the side if he hangs in there. Ronald Lutaya there. 4 matches, 4 innings, 83 runs to his name. 43 being his highest in this tournament. Averaging 27.67. Strike rate of 116.9. Just short of the fielder there in the deep. Went straight to Eric Nyamugabo off one bounce. The call was catch it by the bowler and the fielders within the infield. That's the end of the first over. 3 runs on board for the loss of 1 wicket. The headache has been reduced by the Rwandan side now, as we've got 2 left-handed batters out there in the middle.
Dream start here for Team Rwanda and Zapi, giving away only 3 runs and that big wicket of Roger Mukasa. Interestingly, here Zed in their previous game, it was Zapi bowling at Roger Mukasa, and the fielder was Emiro Kiriza for the second time in the tournament. Young man there who made his debut in the Continental Cup, picking up on debut 3 wickets with a big one over Collins Obuya, the legend himself. And to share the new cherry with Zapi will be Martin Akayezu, missing out on the first game against Uganda.
Interestingly enough, Bob, if you notice the length that Zapi bowled throughout that over, he's been going much fuller than he does most often, enticing the batter to go at it. Oh, lovely looking delivery there by Martin Akayezu coming from the airport end. Starts off with a dot ball. In the shorter format of the game, dot balls are priceless. And they will be looking forward to plenty of those. Powerfully struck, cross-batted. And that's 1 bounce for 4. Authority there by Ronald Lutaya. Was pitching short and slapped it to the boundary. Have a look at that. A baseball kind of shot there by Ronald Lutaya. Aggression early on. He's not going to hold back despite having lost an early wicket here. Martin Akayezu having a go at it. Again, pitching fuller this time. And again, back-to-back boundaries now. Ronald Lutaya having a go at Martin Akayezu as he's not getting settled. Much fuller this time around, and smashed through covers for 4 with the field restrictions inside. Making good use of that. Zapi Bimenyimana just having a short word with Martin Akayezu, trying to calm him down. Here we have a go once again. Shot once again. And another boundary. 3rd of the over. Hat-trick of boundaries here by Ronald Lutaya.
That's Ronald Lutaya for you, Zaida, who will take you on with those half-trackers. Martin Akayezu yet again struggling in his first over. Short ball there. No protection. Bread and butter to these lefties. Martin Akayezu for Team Rwanda with 37 scalps for his country. Into the pads, loud appeal there. They take on the fielder at short covers there. Very good comeback there from Martin Akayezu. But again, Zaid, he's been struggling with his lane and length in his previous games. Reason why Zapibi Menyimana is there talking to the youngster, telling him, keep it simple.
Well, he's been struggling with that for a very long time, Bob. And mind you, he's amongst the bowlers who's been bowling most amount of no balls within his bowling figures, so that's an area he'll have to take care of, and taking the pressure early on. And another short delivery takes a top edge all the way for a maximum and a no ball. I just talked about this. Very delivery. A free hit is going to be a very long over for Rwanda. Martin Akayezu not settling at all, and the batters out there having a massive go at him with the pace that he offers, and a bumper that he gave went the distance with ease. Just a top edge, and it had the wings to carry all the way. Once again, he's charging in, and a slower ball this time around, and a wide. So the free hit continues.
20 runs so far in 5 deliveries of Martin Akayezu. But again, Zaid, when you look at the first game they played Uganda, it was Emmanuel Sebareme opening the ball from the airport end. Of course, he was bowling it, turning it away from the left-handers. I'm not sure what Clinton, the captain, was trying to do, giving Martin Akayezu the new cherry with Zapi. Of course, Zapi has been impressive into the pads. Plays it straight to Zapi at mid-wicket. 25 for 1 after 2 overs. Very good comeback after losing their first wicket. Roger Mukasa is Team Uganda moving already at 12 runs and over. No good signs here for Team Rwanda after winning the toss and electing to have a ball.
Good signs for us here in the commentary box as we're joined with Leonard Namburo, coach of the national women's side, Rwanda. Welcome, Leonard.
Right, good morning, Bob. Good morning, Zaid. I think if you look at it now, I'd like to just to share the same sentiments with like what Bob has just said here in terms of the bowling options here early on. They always say that it's not always easy to change something that has been working for you. But this is what has happened today with Rwanda in terms of the opening pair of the bowlers yesterday. The previous game that they've played, we've seen Emmanuel Sebareme opening from the other end, and he was also making it hard for these Ugandan batters. Not Ugandan batters alone, even the Tanzanian batters again with the ball, again with the spin. So I think that's something that worked for them for the past 2 games now. But today, Clinton comes in with a different plan. But what I can always say is, remember, we've talked about these games as learning and going forward, trying different combination, hoping that the players will understand their roles that they will be playing. So this is also, yes, it's a good tournament to play, but it's also a tournament that is going to test the players on how do they go about their business in terms of applying their roles against opposition. So if you look at that Martin Akayezu over early up front, he's not failing to understand. A big shot then again comes in from Ronald Lutaya. And if you look at it again, before I finish up, all the balls that are Zapi and Martin Akayezu that they've pitched, either short or too full, has been dispatched to the boundary. So this is something that they need to learn in terms of understanding this wicket here. You understand? We've been talking all about this from day one, about this wicket. Anything that is over pitched or too full to the bed or short, that ball, we are finding it all the way going to the boundary. So that is something that they also need to learn and understand quickly. And to finish up on what Bobby just said in terms of the bowling again, yes, you know, sometimes you may come up with different plans and options. And also, like I said, it's an opportunity for other bowlers, again, to test themselves. How can they take the responsibility up front? So to me, if I'm talking about opening bowlers, to me, whatever how the wicket behaves, to me, Akayezu, I'll put an X.
Yes, definitely. Starting off your first over in a short format of the game with such figures is criminal. And kudos to the Ugandan batters with the aggression they've shown up front, using the restriction really well. Once again in the air, who's getting underneath it. Comfortably taken in the deep by Martin Akayezu. He picks up a catch, second wicket for Zapi Bimenyimana. Ronald Lutaya having a go at it, didn't carry the distance, got caught in the deep. 17, he scored off 8 deliveries with 4 boundaries to his name. Strike rate of 212. I think the Ugandan side now came in with the intent of smashing everything on offer. And now the man that scored 61 in the game yesterday against Tanzania, Ronak Patel, walks in. He's one of the batsmen who loves building an innings. It'll be interesting to see how the Rwanda side have a go at him.
Then again, there are some things that when we talk about cricket, Bob, you've been there before, you Zaid, you've been there before. They always talk. There are two things that normally happens, especially after teams have played a couple of games. I'll start with teams here and go to the individuals. If you talk about teams, it's the same concept again, both teams and individuals. There are 2 errors that can be made by a team or by individuals. And if you look at what I'm talking about, there are 2 errors, positive errors and negative errors. The positive ones, now I'll start off with them. If you go out there after playing a good game, you're going to go there with overconfidence because you performed the previous games. So that leads to error of what? Overconfidence. This is exactly what Uganda has done here now. I'm telling you, if you look at individual players, Ronald yesterday, he performed. Roger Mkasa yesterday, he performed again. So when he went out there, you can clearly see the body language that he had too much confidence in himself. Even if you look at the shots that he played, yes, they were good shots, but they had too much confidence. So that's one era that I can like to talk about there. That era of them going in there with confidence that because they performed yesterday, they are hoping to perform today. That leads to overconfidence. Once it leads to overconfidence, also it leads you to underperform. And this is what exactly that has happened. So this is something that as players and teams going forward need to learn. If you didn't perform well yesterday or you lost yesterday again, those are negative errors. Now, when you go in, they're thinking more about the past events that happened. That leads to an error of what? Low confidence. So it's all about now taking those players that are level-headed, players that are mentally strong, and teams that are mentally strong in able to make sure that they differentiate those 2 things and also understand how to handle those 2 situations.
Ronak Patel there, facing Zapi Bimenyimana, and tries to go on the back foot and cut him. Very first ball that he faces goes past him quite swiftly. That's the end of the 3rd over. 32 runs on board and 2 wickets down are Uganda. Ronak Patel played a brilliant knock yesterday, and he's one of those players who loves building up his innings. After that expensive over by Martin Akayezu, the captain decides to get into the charge, take the matters into his own hands as he comes to bowl from the airport end.
It's going to be interesting to see which line and length is Clinton is looking to bowl here. And yesterday we saw a spur from the big man Irakoze. Not easy for him to go down there and pick such kind of deliveries, but those are the basics. Just bend your knees, get down. That's what the coaches always be talking about when you're playing the game. Those are the basics. Going back to Simon. Simon yesterday versus Tanzania, he didn't get off to a good start. So today is going to be the key better here, my thinking, for Uganda. Yes, they've lost 2 wickets inside the power play in 3 overs. But that is something that when you are out there now, you don't need to look, even if you look at the scoreboard, you just need to worry about where the runs are and the overs. Don't worry about the other wickets that have been taken out, because you're not going to bring them back. So this is where it takes now mental tough players now up there. So someone like Cesar now, with the experience he possesses, there again, lovely shot from Ronak Patel up and over. Almost a chance there, but Emmanuel Sebareme needed a few inches to be taller to catch that one. But that's another boundary again. This is something that I would want, again, Zaid, going forward. Look at that, a lot of width there. Easy pickings for Ronald. And Ronald, yesterday we saw him is one of a player who knows exactly where the gaps are, who knows exactly where to get his runs. So what I want to say, what I want from Rwanda now is, I've seen now in this power play, a lot of boundaries have been achieved here by Uganda. That is something that Rwanda needs to start stopping now. Stop them from scoring a lot of these boundaries. It's not like these boundaries that they're scoring cannot be stopped. It's all about missing that length, missing that line. So it's something that the Rwandan bowlers now need to speak about, think about it quickly, because the more boundaries you're going to concede here, again, it's going to lead to Uganda putting on a big total here. You don't want to be chasing a mammoth total. Yes, yesterday you chased 170, but today is a different day, different opposition, different thinking, different mindset. So what you need to do if you want to have better chances of winning a game chasing, you need to make sure that you bowl and restrict to as much lower total as possible to any opposition that you're playing against. So that is something that should be going in the back head of Clinton and the other bowlers to come to say, how do we stop Uganda scoring from boundaries? Starve them from those boundaries and see if they've got are good enough to score singles. Ronak Patel is not someone who's known for running more quick between the wickets. So that is what you need to be aiming to do. Force him to run between the wickets again. Once you do that, you're going to tie him off. Then when you do that again, after power play, he's going to looking to launch over the top. Then you've got your boundary riders to make sure that you stop him from scoring those boundaries. And possibly or maybe that is the only way you can take his wicket.
Well, definitely Ronak Patel here loves his cut shot. Rotates the strike there. And he's just that player who loves rotating the strike, keeps the scoreboard ticking. After having lost the very first wicket, Leonard, I think Uganda did fight back well. They got those runs very quickly, but sustaining that momentum seemed to have been the issue. There was a placement of boundary where the fielder was on long on, and Sisazi, I beg your pardon, Ronald Lutaya placed it towards long off instead of playing it to long on, playing with the field. And this time around, he just gifts away his wicket to the player in the deep. One man out of the circle, and you happen to give him a catch comfortably. Simon Sesazi on 10 of 8 deliveries. He's not a newcomer to Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. He's played plenty of games here, now representing his national side. If he gets comfortable on this track, we can expect lots of runs off his blade. Lovely ball there by Clinton Ruvagumya, not giving any sort of space to Simon Sesazi to work it out on either side of the pitch. Plays it defensively. Full once again. And again, it seems like this is the plan that the Rwandan side has gone with today. much fuller. Most of the bowlers are going for, apart from Martin Akayezu, who opted to go short. And boy, oh boy, was he punished throughout that over. There you see the spectators, young spectators up there on the mound, joining in for this enticing game between Rwanda and Uganda. Second time around, they're playing each other in this tournament. Zapibi Menyimana coming back from the pavilion end, where he's picked up 2 wickets from. Ronak Patel plays it off the back foot comfortably. Looking solid, not really worried with the pace, not bothered by it. It's good to see Zapibi Menyimana using the experience that he's got after having represented Team Rwanda for such a long time amongst the senior bowlers of the side. Cross bats that and misses everything. Straight to Didier, the wicket-keeper. What sort of changes do you think Leonard Zappi has adjusted with in the recent games that he's played coming back from Kenya? The tour that they made to Nairobi. Works it out to the leg side, nowhere to go. Simon Sisazi getting stuck there on the pitch. Very similar to what he was doing yesterday against Tanzania. And the pressure piled up upon him. Ended up losing his wicket cheaply. Slow ball. No timing on that whatsoever. Gets a thick inside edge. Deceived by the variation of pace by Zapibi Menyimana. Too much width on offer this time around. And Simon Sezazi throws his hands at it and gets a very good looking boundary there. Past the fielder in a flash. Lovely stuff there by Simon. That should ease up the pressure for him, as he had faced 3 dot deliveries in this overs. Takes him on the leg side this time around for a maximum. That's Simon Sezazi playing his favorite shot. A typical left-handed shot that was in the slot and given full treatment. Takes him for half a dozen. Gets into the right position, gets underneath it and claps it onto the leg side, cow corner for a maximum. Doesn't end the over well. Zappi started off really well with just a single and 3 dot balls and then gave away 10 runs the very next 2 balls. Zapibi Menyimana, 3 overs, 21 runs is given away. Picked up 2 wickets. Lovely outswing there by Clinton Rovagumya to Ronak Patel.
$49 for 2 here into the 6th over here, and if you look at it now, the length these guys have been, I've been saying it, that they've taken the ball to the boundary. It has been short and wide, short again. It's either to the square leg or mid wicket region or over points. That is something that the Rwandan seamers needs to get rid of. Again, that length. You saw the wicket that Zapi Bimenyimana managed to take. That ball was not too full, was not too short. That is the length that they should be looking for to be bowling there if they want to stop these guys from scoring. And they're making it easy for someone like Ronak Patel and someone like Simon Sezazi to score runs off.
$50 up there for Team Uganda. We're still in the power play for deliveries to come from Clinton Rubagwima, the captain, bowling his second over. Change of pace there, soft hands by Simon Sesazi. Easily taken is the single from these two. But again, here, when you look at that previous over, those two last deliveries over, Zapibi Menyimana bowling a short ball to Simon Sesazi without protection in the deep. We saw him yesterday. We've seen him on a couple of occasions. He doesn't miss out on those ones. Something they need to change moving forward. A lot of games, a lot of action in this tournament. Change of pace again, flicked away by Ronak Patel, who becomes the third player in the tournament to cross 500 mark runs after playing 26 games for his country. With the highest score of 68 is Ronak Patel. He's been the anchor for Team Uganda. We saw him yesterday stabilizing the whole innings, letting all the players coming in batting around him. They would need to pick up his wicket as soon as possible here, Leonard.
Yeah, definitely. 21 of 16 there and 10 of 8. I'm telling you, just shout the bat inside edge onto the pads. And the other good thing that Clinton has managed to do in his past 2 overs is the mix-up of pace. You see the slow balls that he's been bowling now. I think that has been effective enough, again, to make sure that Simon does not find it easy for him to score runs. So that is something that he has done well so far. Yes, so they need to find a plan, Bob, to make sure that they stop these two guys from playing and scoring runs so easily.
Absolutely. Slip in place for Simon Sesazi. Down the leg, wide signaled by Uganda International Norbert Abbey. A lot of extras. We're still in the power play. They would love to cut down on those ones. Very good power play here for Team Uganda after losing Roger Mukasa earlier in the first over. They've managed to keep it at 9 runs and over. Very interesting here. Would love to see how many they can add on the total here moving forward in the game. Change of pace again, picked up. This time round is Simon Sesazi. Second maximum all the way from the blade over Simon Sesazi.
Pocket dynamo he is. Explosive by Simon Sesazi. Hits the long ball all the way. Have a look at that. Lovely face off the bat. Gets full treatment and goes the distance. The spectators there enjoying this game. Smiles all around. Clinton Rubagumya pitched it too full and it went the distance. And with that, we've come to the end of the power play. 59 runs on board, 2 wickets down are Uganda. Current run rate of 9.83. Projected score 197. Team Uganda very, very capable of getting to that 200 mark. if they're able to sustain it. They've got a long batting lineup as well. It goes very deep. Ronak Patel, the anchor, like Bob mentioned, will be the key player. He did it yesterday, but again, running between the wickets with Ronak Patel might slow down the run rate. So his partner out there in the middle would be looking forward to picking up boundaries and be the one accelerating and pumping in the runs as Ronak Patel keeps rotating the strike, keeps the scoreboard ticking.
Right arm off break straight away after the power play is young Emilio Kiriza. The field is sprayed deep mid wicket, long on fielder, long off, and a deep mid and a deep square leg. Those are the fielders outside the ring for the right arm off break. Balls it slightly on the offside, and easy pickings for Ronak Patel. Plays it down to deep extra cover to Martin Akayezu. And that broughter, Simon Sesazi, who looks to be very solid, who is on 27 of 18 at the moment. Coming round the wicket is Emiru Kiriza to the left-hander. Deep extra cover. Long off, long on. And there's a deep square leg fielder, Martin Akayezu, one of the safest pairs of hands in the Rwanda national team side. Can he break this partnership? Is the young Rukiriza. Easy pickings yet again, not bowling to his field. Is Rukiriza. Love to see him bowling it into the pads to see if he can force Simon Sesazi to go to the bigger part of the ground where he has protection, Eric Nyamugabo and Martin Akayezu. They'll keep picking those singles, these two. Looking very firm at the moment. They would love to break this partnership as soon as possible. Already with one striking it above 150, Simon Sesazi.
Good use of the crease there by Simon Sesazi. Went deep into his crease. Got extra room to play that around the offside. Picks up a single. And again, shorter this time. Ronak Patel didn't get the power behind that. The intention was there. However, the connection wasn't sweet. Ronak Patel, one of those players who gets really frustrated with his stroke play when he doesn't time it well. It shows the passion he carries for the game. The sort of cricketer he is. And again, tries to play it late. This time, Simon doesn't get any timing off it. End of the 7th over, 64 runs on board. 2 wickets down are Uganda. Speaking of partnerships, this is the partnership that will play the key role for the Uganda side. Rwanda, if they are to stay in the game, they'll have to take care of this partnership and break it. Find a way to get rid of one of these two batters out there in the middle. Might end up resulting into a very potent partnership for Team Uganda here. Ronak Patel, well known for his slow build-up of innings.
Sebareme brought into the attack to come on board the 8th over. He opened the bowling with Zappi in the first game. Love to see with all the experience he has. Oh my goodness, I spoke too early here. Full ball, up and over, straight over the cover for yet another boundary.
Beautiful looking shot that was. And the placement went over the fielder within the infield. Lots of width on offer there. Not much of a challenge by the bowler. And Ronak Patel says, thank you, I'll have a bit of that. Takes him to the boundary rope there. Classic cricketing shot that was. Very, very pleasing to the eye. Just taps it this time around for yet another boundary. Intricately played there by Ronak Patel.
Yeah, that shows that there's no 10 whatsoever on that wicket. Look at that. He's an off spinner, turning it into him. But if he's playing that kind of particular shot, it shows that there's no 10 whatsoever on that wicket. So it's all about length bowling now here that the Rwandan bowlers need to understand. They have offered a lot of width to these two batters, thereby making it easy for them to score. So they have to think bigger now to say, how do they take away that width? You have seen there, after that ball, the adjustment of the field and well driven into the covers there by Ronak Patel could not stop them from getting 2 runs comfortably. So now what is happening here now is they are now playing responsive cricket here, Rwanda, Clinton and the fielders here. After Ronak Patel played that shot, immediately we saw the SIP being put in place. Then after that he played that ball straight into the covers again, we see the cover fielder being moved to his right side again. So you don't want to be doing that as a fielding team here. You got to come up with your own plan on how to stop him from scoring runs. Now this time he works it around down to long on here. So he has been playing all over. The first delivery, phase 4, he played it over extra cover. The next one he played it between that third man region. Then the next 2 runs that he have gotten straight to cover. Then the single to mid-off. So look, if you look at this wagon wheel again in terms of this over, he has scored all around the area. The only area he hasn't scored is the square leg. But so now if you are dealing with that kind of a player now, you need to come up with a plan on how to stop him from playing all of those shots freely. You need to make sure that your line and your length is tighter. Attack the stumps every time. Ask questions on the stumps. You miss, I strike. And don't bowl too full, don't bowl too short. That hard length that I've been talking about, especially on this wicket, is the one that is going to save Rwanda from chasing a big total here. That's much better. That's much better there. If you are not full on length, you're going to be quicker on the foot. That yoker length that you're looking for to do, and asking questions on the stumps, making sure that the better plays it and is not have enough time to go under it, to hit you over, or to go across.
Well, definitely when you're going for that yorker length, Leonard, we've all been cricket players here. We've seen how challenging it can be when a yorker has been coming your way at some pace. Never easy to dig those out. 7 overs, 8 overs done here. 76 on board for the loss of 2. Ronak Patel on 24 of 15 deliveries. Simon Sezazi on 30 of 23. The partnership is slowly and gradually building up, ripening for Team Uganda. If the Rwandan side was following the game yesterday in the afternoon against Tanzania that Uganda played, Ronak Patel was having a tough time facing quick, full deliveries targeted towards the stumps. But anything coming at a good length, power, genuine power by Simon Sezazi. Flat bats that for a flat 6. In the commentary box, we've got
tell you, Zayda calls for a big heave there, gets an inside edge. But they'll keep the scoreboard ticking at these two at the moment. I'm not sure what music the Rwanda national team listened to at the hotel yesterday. They might have listened to a song called Bread and Butter by the late Radio and Weasel. They've been feeding these Ugandans exactly that. Short ball pulled away. Straight to Orchide there. No communication whatsoever to and them yet another boundary.
Very, very flimsy there in the deep. And also Emil feeding it, as you mentioned. Ronak Patel will not let go of that any day. Much quicker this time around. And still rotates the strike. Very, very busy batsman he is. Does not waste any time or opportunity to rotate the strike. Ronak Patel keeps piling up the runs. He's one of those silent batsmen that packs a punch and builds the score for the entire team. Silently, just hanging in there. Picking up those valuable singles and doubles. He can hit the ball, but opts not to. Not much of a challenge there. There was a loud cry by Emil. A bit of an overreaction to his own slow ball. Excessive, I must say.
90 for 2 after 9. Moving at 10 runs and over is Team Uganda. With 8 wickets in hand, I must admit here, they're looking to break that 200 mark in this tournament.
I'd say, Bob, it's been a very wavy inning so far. Started off with a big blow of Roger Mukasa. Then the piling up of runs by the second wicket. And then a flourish of this fruitful partnership between Simon Sezazi and Ronak Patel, bringing the balance back to the Ugandan side.
Now we get to see the introduction of Kevin Irakoze, the leg spinner, coming from the airport end. A little shimmy down the ground is Ronak Patel. They'll keep getting these singles here, Zed. The Rwandans on the other side, they'll love to have a magical spell. We've seen one so far in the tournament of the younger 24-year-old Kenneth Waiswa in their first game, where he pulled off a haste with the ball. Soft hands again there, but straight to short third is Simon Sesazi. Rwanda being at 92 for 2. That magical spell and the hat-trick from Kenneth Waiswa to earn them their first win. The question here is, who is going to be the Kenneth Waiswa over Team Rwanda? Easy pickings here again from these two. Love to ask this question to Mr. Leonard Ndamburo, who is also a coach. Mr. Leonard, if you are in this position, what would you love to do as Clinton, the captain of the Rwandan side? These two batsmen are looking very solid and composed. Simon Sesazi, who is on 39 off 28, and Ronak Patel, this time round, striking it above 150.
Right. Thank you very much, Bob. What I'll just do is the one thing that I would love to have and try to tell my other players to have patience. Patience is going to be the key thing here. Why? Because if you look at the wicket, there's nothing much for the bowler. So taking the wickets the way you want them is not going to be that easy. You get a graft for them. So you need to have patience. One, pick your right line and length and make it hard for these guys to score so easily. Yes, they will be scoring so easily, but you got to find ways to make sure that you quieten them, because they're getting boundaries when they want, they're getting singles when they want. So you got to stop one of those two. You cannot allow them to get both of them boundaries and singles. So you got to find a way to say, okay, fine, if we cannot stop boundaries, but let's try to find a way to stop them from scoring singles. Squeeze in at least 2 or 3. Is that a chance there? Good effort there from Zabi Bimenyimana, but could not get enough feet to get there. 1 bounce for 4. Ronak Patel, the placement is since yesterday, it has been impeccable. This is something that is good at. And that brings over number 10 to an end here. 98 for the loss of 2 wickets. Going to your question again, Bob, Rwanda needs to do something different here. Again, get your fielding positions right. Get those angles right again. You know, if you look at how Ronak has been playing and Simon says as the angles, some of the angles are not straight on. Look at the partnership here, 68 or 44 deliveries. That's big enough. Good recovery from Uganda here. That's what you want. And Simon contributing 31 of 26 and Ronak Patel 36 of 21. So this is the partnership that Uganda has been looking forward to having now. Because what I would also want is, I would also want Kenneth and the captain coming in when they are under pressure. But if they come in when these guys have set, I'm telling you, you're going to be seeing 200 here on the board. Yes, Rwanda yesterday you chased 170, but it's a different ball game here. You don't want to be fancying chances of chasing bigger totals here. So Clinton and the bowlers here need to make sure that they are not just bowling for the sake of bowling, going through the motions. They need to come up with a plan, like I said, to stop one of those 2 run scoring. See now, Simon backs away, picks Wilson Niyitanga at long off, did a fantastic job there by stopping that ball. And this is what you need again, backing up by the bowlers, by the fielders again. When you bowl such deliveries that look like they are boundary balls, fielders committing themselves and stopping those balls.
A little shimmy there from Ronak Patel. He is frustrated and livid with himself. He wanted to go over the bowler's head, but he gets an inside edge straight to long on Wilson Niyitanga, who has been very busy in the field. 100 up for Team Uganda in just 10.2. Knocks him over. Goes on the back foot, trying to create room to play through covers. And he has to pay the price. Is Simon Sesazi, who was looking to be very solid, inching closer to yet another half century, but he has to depart courtesy over Emiro Kiriza, bowling stump to stump line. He just mentioned it. Mr. Leonard is the patience, and I've picked up the big wicket of Simon Sesazi as he takes a long way back to the dugout. Of course, it will be none other than shot number 69, Alpesh Ramjani, joining his partner there, Ronak Patel, who's all set. Look at that. Creates room to play it through covers. Top of off, gone.
Simon Sesazi there deceived as Emil Rukiriza got more of top spin than side spin on that, and trying to create room for himself as the ball hurried on to him. Was bowled much quicker than the previous deliveries. Ends up losing his wicket. Has to depart for 41. Interestingly enough, 41 being the number most batters have been out to in recent times here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. A sigh of relief for the Rwandan side as they pick up the 3rd wicket. Team Uganda put up 100 runs for the loss of 3, and that brings Alpesh Ramjani out to the centre with Ronak Patel.
Full ball there, and he's off the mark straight away. Is Alpesh Ramjani. Holds it into the pads. Is Emiro Kiriza. Alpesh Ramjani, one of the players who plays that inside out with ease.
He's got his partner well set out there in the middle. Ronak Patel, very similar looking innings as of that of yesterday. Lots of turn this time around, but enough room for Ronak Patel, who holds his nerve and places it perfectly behind the bowler, amongst the safest places to place the ball on a cricket field as a batsman. Quick and Emil Rukiriza getting that bite out of the pitch here today. Earlier on at the toss, did have a little chat with Ronak Patel. He was keen to find out how much longer are we going to be using this same pitch, because he's getting comfortable with it. He's loving facing the ball on this pitch here, getting plenty of runs for his side. Has played multiple games with his partner Alpesh Ramjani out there in the middle. Kevin Irakoze coming from the airport end. Full toss, plays it inside out, into the gap. Lovely walk there in the deep by Martin Akayezu. Lots of ground to be covered. He's a fit young man. Covered those yards with ease, saving runs for his side. Kevin Irakoze has to do much better than offering freebies like that.
Full ball there from Kevin Irakoze, the leg spinner. Alpesh Ramjani, he will not miss on that one. Uses the full face of the bat down the ground for yet another maximum.
If you see the review, Bob, if you see the replay of that, it's almost as if Alpesh was waiting for that delivery to come into the slot. Have a look at that. Just clubbed it, absolutely clubbed that. Straight as you like, making good contact and smashes that over.
As you see there now, the job of the third umpire has started coming in a little bit too later as yesterday's games where we had 10 lost balls at this particular ground. First one to be dispatched by Alpesh Ramjani, who moves to 200 international T20 runs for his country after playing 15 matches for his nation. He is a very good all-rounder for his side. He's out there with the experienced Ronak Patel, who also crossed 500 mark.
111 on board for the loss of 3 wickets is Uganda, with 10 boundaries and 5 sixes being struck so far. Explosive batting by their side. If they continue like that, 200 is quite expected here. Striking the ball cleanly here are the Ugandans.
Very, very clean striking of the ball are these Ugandans. Those 5 maximums, I'll tell you, Zed, 4 came off the blade of Simon Sesazi. Kevin Irakoze being very expensive in his second over. Down the ground, a smart batting, a 6 and a single to make sure the scoreboard keeps ticking.
That man you see on the screen will definitely make sure the scoreboard keeps ticking. He's played that role plenty of times. Ronak Patel, the silent assassin, 38 of 23 deliveries. Placement once again, this time goes straight to the hands of Sebareme.
Dot ball here for Team Rwanda looks to be gold at the moment. Down the ground, over the fielder at covers, the tall ladder, Orkide Tuyisenge, who had no chance whatsoever. Fantastic batting here from Ronak Patel, who moves to 42 of 25 deliveries, looking to get another 50 for his country. Can he make it to that 50 to get 4 half centuries for his country? Flighted delivery there. I believe even Leonard Ndamuro here, he has spent more than 20 years without holding a cricket bat, can go for that one. Much better delivery there. We all know Ronak Patel is not the best to drive the cricket ball. I would love to see these young spinners bowling it a little bit fuller, not giving width and room to let these batsmen free their arms. 12 overs down the road, 116 for 3, moving at 9 runs and over is Team Uganda. There you see the projected score is at 193. If they do not cross that, they will be livid with themselves, is Team Uganda, with the likes of the captain himself, Brian Makmasaba, Pascal Murungi, who can also chip in a couple of runs. Kenneth Waiswa, the all-rounder, they would love to accelerate in these last 8 overs here, Leonard.
Yes, definitely. They need to look to accelerate here going forward. They are in well set here. They are in control. They are doing whatever they want with the bowlers, playing any shot willy-nilly. So they need to start accelerating here, because anything that is less than 170, we've seen it yesterday, that it can be chased so easily. So we are looking forward to see 200 being chased here. But Rwanda needs to find ways. I'm telling you, look at that, how Alpesh played that shot with ease down to long on. Yeah, it shows that there is nothing much to offer for the bowlers here. So it's all about now cutting off that width, and I'll keep saying that the whole day long. Take away that width. Once you do that, you're going to make it hard. You see the last ball that Irakoze bowled, though that is the length and line that you're looking forward to be bowling every time. Again, there's width offer there. Again, make it easy for Ronak to hit it down to deep extra cover. So this is the length that these spinners needs to take away from. There is no spin there, so you gotta be looking to bowl more straighter. You see the ball that Emil bowled to Simon Sezazi. Simon played with spin, and there was no spin whatsoever. And attacking the stumps, then he manages to get him bowled. So that is what he should be looking to do. Emil understand himself that the wicket is not spinning, so let me bowl a bit more straighter, attacking the stumps every time. Once you do that, you're bound to make the mistake. Then the wickets will start coming. If wickets don't come, then you get the dot balls. See, this is where you should be bowling more straighter than that. Look at the frustration from the batters. They know that they would have done better. 3 dot balls here, I'm telling you, this is good. So the most important thing now is this last delivery of the over. This is the key ball now for Rwanda. And also another key ball for Uganda. If they then we see there, Emil realizing it's the last ball, changing angles, coming around the wicket now. Dropped his shot, much better. You see, this is what I'm talking about. But the communication again, but all this is started from those dot balls again. You understand? This is what you do one now. So there's a bit of some pressure that this is what I like to see now. A bit of some pressure from the two batters again. All of a sudden, because of those dot balls, the miscommunication comes in. This is one of the best overs so far I've seen Rwanda bowlers have bowled here, conceding 3 runs. And that brings over number 13 to an end. 6 overs left here, 119 for the loss of 3 wickets. For this point of time, I don't need to worry about wickets a lot now. I need to worry, if I'm Clinton, to worry about how do I stop these guys from scoring runs freely. Yes, they are going to score, but I said it, either stop them from scoring ones or either stop them from scoring boundaries. You got to choose one. And once you choose one, stick to that. You saw that over again. Once Emir did that, there was a miscommunication of the last ball. Those are signs of pressure, even if they are well settled, but at least you've applied pressure. But unfortunate now, Emil has finished his 4 overs, conceding 27 runs, taking 1 wicket, the most important wicket of Simon Sezazi. He's done his job now. We need to see the other bowlers that are going to be coming in, and I've seen now it should be Martin Akayezu coming in to bowl. From there, Airport End, his first over went for 21. Brave enough for Clinton to bring back Martin Akayezu at this point of time. He has to trust him. Those are the bowlers that he has got in his squad. So you got to use what you have.
I'll be keen to see hits the pads going down the leg. Umpire not interested. I'll be keen to see the sort of mental side to this over by Martin Akayezu after having been smashed for 21 runs in the previous over that he bowled. How does he come back to it? Much better this time around. They still pick up a single. Neither of these two batsmen were out there in the middle when Martin Akayezu went for that over. Hefty over that was. Lovely placement by Ronak Patel. Loves playing that shot, using the pace of the bowlers. Much fuller, straight as you like it. The umpire getting out of the way. Firepower by Alpesh Ramjani. Straight as you like it. Just a whip of the bat. And the umpire did a brilliant job getting out of that.
But again, when you look at that previous delivery, I would love to see Martin Akayezu executing his Yorkers. He has one of the deadliest Yorkers. And with his pace, change of pace there from Martin Akayezu. 2 is the call. They're running very hard. Ronak Patel is not interested. I have to see Martin Akayezu going for those Yorkers. You look at that boundary from Alpesh Ramjani. He missed by an inch. To get that perfect Yorker is Martin Akayezu. But again, not a bad comeback. After going for 21 runs in his first over. Can he finish stronger? Is Martin Akayezu. There you go, there you go, Zaida. Just talked about it. And he nails a perfect Yorker to dismiss Ronak Patel, who gets out 1 hit away to register another half century. But courtesy of that young man there, Martin Akayezu, he might be having earphones there where he is. 4 wickets down, 126 after 14.
Lovely delivery there.
They are walking Kenneth Waiswa. He did the damage with the ball, picking up a hat-trick. He has 7 overs with the scoreboard reading 126. He knows this ground. He came into this tournament after scoring 66 for his local club, Challengers Cricket Club. They would love him to add a couple of runs to see if they can get to that 200 mark. Sebareme to ball from the pavilion end. Change of ends from the young right arm off break.
Good comeback by the run side, Bob. Changes the momentum shifting towards their side. The loss of wickets here. The way the Ugandans were striking it at some point, 200 seemed inevitable, but the loss of wicket brings Rwanda back into the competition.
Ronak Patel, with that dismissal now, he is the leading run scorer of this Dafabet East Africa T20 Cup with 118 runs. Much better line there from Emmanuel Sebareme. I would love to see them squeezing the new batsman. There you go, Clinton himself brings himself in the gully region. Put pressure on Kenneth Waiswa. Backs away, cuts it powerfully too is the call. You do not want to take on the arm of that young man there, Martin Akayezu, at deep extra cover. Very good comeback here, I must say, here for Team Rwanda. They've bowled some tight lines, bringing down the projected score to 170 at the moment. Uganda look to be at 10 runs and over after the power play. But Karasi over. Emiru Kiriza's last over of his quarter, and Martin Akayezu knocking over Ronak Patel after going for 21 in his first over. You talked about patience. Full ball there. Straight as a die. Gets yet another boundary is Alpesh Ramjani. Love the way he uses his full face of the bat is Alpesh Ramjani. Full ball there creates a little bit of room. No chance whatsoever for the fielders converging from mid-off and long-off and long on.
Lovely good shot there from Alpesh. He needs to do a good job here. Yes, patience pays. They always say you gotta be patient again. Wickets will come as long as you do the right things. Again, a decent over again. Yes, it is considered a boundary, but with how these guys have been going earlier on, I think this also has been a good over. So Rwanda has managed again to gain that momentum in terms of stopping these guys from scoring runs. So that needs to be maintained. Akayezu again, he needs to make sure that he comes, he fires in those yokers again a bit more, so that he allows his team to chase a low total. And it's gonna be interesting here, Bob. My own opinion. Yesterday we saw Didier and Kevin Irakoze opening the bed. Now we've got a big man, Eric Dusingzimana, back into the attack. The most interesting thing, if I would love to see happening here, is to see, again, sacrifice maybe Didier. Yes, he's played well up the order, but sacrifice him getting to number 3. Then he open Kevin Irakoze and Eric and see how those two are going to go about the business. We talk about learning, we talk about trying things here. If you try those two guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting cricket to watch here.
Absolutely, and talking about those three, Eric Dusingizimana, Kevin Irakoze and Didier Dikubimana, they have all opened the batting for Team Rwanda so far in the tournament, and they have scored 50. A very good headache to have is Lee Booth, the coach. Change of pace there, lovely piece of delivery there from Martin Akayezu, looking to beat that outside edge of Alpesh Ramjani. Of course, there's protection. There's Zapibi Menyimana, the tall lad at long on. There's a long off fielder. There's a deep extra cover, Emmanuel Sebareme. Short ball there, half tracker from Martin Akayezu. And again, I'm not sure what he is trying to do is that young man.
Yeah, definitely you don't want to be offering a lot of those extras. Yes, you've got a plan to bowl short, but it has to be a well-directed short ball. You understand? But now with how the surface is behaving, again, opting for that kind of option in terms of length, I think it's a bit criminal here. Because yesterday we saw our patient Ramjis again dismissing those short balls for sixes outside the ground. So you gotta be careful when you choose that option. It has to be well-directed. Again, mix of pace. Umpire gives the wide and you can see Martin is frustrated there. I'm telling you, that was a bit harsh from the big man there. That was a big harsh. Definitely, I'm telling you, that was a bit harsh there. That was a bit harsh. So this is where the bowlers are looking to bowl here, targeting that wide line there. Unfortunately, those goes in as wides. You have to re-bowl that again, Akayezu, and bowl it a bit more better.
Soft and straight to backward pointer. Eric Dusingizimana is not the quickest. Good comeback there from Martin Akayezu. Love the way he's variating. But again, I would love to see him sticking to that Yorker. He's done it before. We saw him almost pulling off a haste in the Continental Cup against Kenya, where he also nailed Yorker to Yorker, picking up wickets and ended up losing his line and length, trying to go short, where he was punished. New batsman Kenneth Waisa, who is on 1 off 2. Chip in another Yorker and see.
Exactly. You've said it earlier. This is where he should be bowling. That's his strength, especially at the deep end of the innings. We've seen the likes of Chris Jordan. We've seen the likes of Bravos. We've seen the likes of Adra Russell. When they are bowling at this point of time, it's Yorker after Yorker. And it's not going to be easy to dispatch. So this is what Martin should be thinking about now. You see that delivery. Again, consistency in that. Don't try to change. If you miss that Yorker, it's going to be a low foot toss. Not easy to dispatch. You see now, he opted for a short delivery. And the fielder there runs across. Lovely fielding there from Emmanuel Sebareme. So this is something that Martin needs to work on, Bob. Your consistency in length.
Martin must be very lucky that wasn't a boundary from Kenneth Waiswa, who didn't time it superbly. After nailing a very good Yorker, he goes yet again to a short ball. And we've so far seen that the Ugandans are very happy, ready waiting for that short ball. On the back foot there is Kenneth Waiswa. Change of pace from Martin Akayezu. But again, good rotation of strike from the Ugandans.
He's definitely got that Yorker on point, but consistency is lacking. He's got a good quick arm action. Strong shoulders. He is a strong boy. Got decent pace to himself. But the execution will take some time training that. Final delivery of the 16th over again makes it very difficult for the batsman to dig it out. Good communication there by Kenneth. Not opting for that double would have been very, very risky. End of the 16th over, 140 on board with 4 overs left. Projected score seems to be dipping from the initial 193 point.
And with 6 wickets in hand for Team Uganda, Martin Akayezu still has an over to ball. Sebareme an over to ball, and the captain himself, Clinton Rwagumya, who has 2 overs. Be key to see how Clinton is going to rotate his bowlers in these last 4 overs. Crucial overs of the first innings here. How much more can Uganda add, and how many wickets or dot balls can Rwanda pick?
This is going to be a crucial over, Bob. introduction of spin when a big over is needed by Uganda. There you go. The intention is quite clear. And they're running hard. Chance of a run out? No. They pick up 2 runs comfortably. Lightning running between the wickets by the Ugandan side.
Fantastic running between the wickets, taking on the base fielder Martin Akayezu at a deep square leg of these two.
And even at this point in time, Bob, they're still providing that headache of left-right combination to the Rwandan side. A full toss. Doesn't get the connection this time around. Was premeditated to take him onto the leg side.
Very good effort there from Orkide to Isenge. He knew there was no one behind him. He might have saved his team 3 runs.
Lovely effort. Such efforts show potential to the bowlers that your side is backing you up. Provides them a boost of confidence. Bowling it Fuller yet again, not getting hold of that. Again, the overheating is overpowering. It's overwhelming here. Not getting the right timing by the Ugandans.
The Rwandans will love Emmanuel to finish off with the big wicket of Alpesh. There you go, up. Who wants it? No man's land there. They'll end up picking up 2 runs. But again, very good bowling there. Giving it some air is Emmanuel Sebareme. Trying to force Alpesh Ramjani to play his signature shot inside out. Hitting it into the bigger part of the ground here.
He is hesitant playing it. This time around, clean as a whistle. Smashes it. He's been waiting for that length by Sebareme. Past few deliveries have been pitched full, but trying to overhit this time around. Gets good connection. Makes it go the distance.
150 comes up for Team Uganda with that 6 of Alpesh Ramjani, opening up his front foot to make room to play it over the bowler's head, straight to the side screen. He talked about Clinton giving Emmanuel Sebareme, the spinner, this over at the crucial moment where the Ugandans need more runs with 6 wickets in hand, standing out to be very expensive and costly for Team Rwanda.
Speaking of crucial moments, Bob, so far the Rwandan bowlers have been struggling to finish their overs well. Lovely inside out. We've seen him play that before. Gets full value on top of the mount into the parking lot. He's dispatched that. Beautiful, beautiful looking shot that just checks it. That's a biggie. Gets half a dozen. Exactly what I was talking about. The Rwandan bowlers have been struggling to finish their overs well. They start off with 3 to 4 good deliveries, and then the remaining 2-3 deliveries get full treatment. There is a pattern there. Alpesh Ramjani reaching 44. Being the second batsman to get into the 40s. The third, I beg your pardon, the third batter to get into the 40s. Clinton Rubagumya coming in for the 18th over. 158 on board by Uganda for the loss of 4.
You don't want this to be happening here, I'm telling you. Runs has been flowing. Runs have been flowing. That's what you didn't want from the Ugandan batters to do here. There. Just above the keeper. Top edge. A bit too short for Didier there. Unfortunate runs comes in. But Uganda will be the happiest of the two balls. Whatever the way runs come in, especially at this point of time, you need every run that can come your way. So that is good for Uganda again here. Rwanda needs again to find something. First ball goes to the boundary from Clinton. That is pressure to him again. The next 5 deliveries are going to be important. Tries to go short into the pitch, but mistimed by Waiswa and lands safely there. How many more is he going to keep on bowling in that particular region? Now you've got the dangerous looking Alpesh here on 44 of 26 deliveries. I'm telling you, he's looking dangerous here. You need to make sure that you find ways to quieten him. We've seen a lot of batters again during this tournament falling off when they get to their 40s. Zaid. Now can Alpesh break that spell and move on, and we can see another half century again, day number 3.
I never thought I would catch myself saying this, but nervous 40s. People tend to get a bit shaky around that mark here in recent times. Clinton Rubagumya having a restart to his run-up yet again. Slashed. There was an opportunity there. Just lands short of the fielder at point. Clinton Rubagumya with a smile on his face knows Alpesh got away with that. 45 runs on board for him. Of 27 deliveries, Kenneth Waiswa on 10. He's got to double digits now. Coming into the business end, they've got to go hard at it, just like that. Whichever way the runs come, Leonard, they're all welcome to the Ugandan side. Fortune favors the brave.
Things are not looking good here for Clinton's over. So far conceding 2 boundaries. That's 10 runs. So far, last 2 balls goes big. And that is big enough to go outside the ground here. Kenneth Waiswa.
Please. New ball, please. He loves every bit of that. Absolutely smashed out of Gahanga here by Kenneth Waiswa. 20 runs on board. And just a flick off the front foot. Had all the time in the world to place it, and oh boy, did he place it well. Down the ground. Giving him enough time to catch some drinks. Clinton Rubagumya unclear with the sort of ideas he's putting in.
I mean, this is something that you always like to compare the other games. If you look at yesterday, when Didier was the stand-in captain, during this period of time, the way he went about these bowlers, it was very, very much better than now. The captain himself, now bringing himself into attack, already has considered 18 deliveries. So that shows, again, top edge there, keeper under it. That should be easy picking for Didier. Lovely. And knowing the captain himself, I'm telling you, he's going to argue with the other bowlers because he has taken that wicket off that delivery. But you don't want to be bowling those kind of length, especially at the deep end of the innings. Kenneth Waiskwa went down for 20 of 10 balls, 200% strike rate, and that's a good quick cameo. Made a big difference. At one point we were talking about Uganda setting 180, but they're looking poised to get to 200. Courtesy of that over again, that is gone for 18 years. You've taken a wicket, but the other previous balls, the plan, I'm not sure if the plan was clear. So that is something going forward as a leader. You need to understand how to use the bowlers that you've got in their teams. What is the plan like? Rather than being selfish as a leader, now you need to make sure that you use the other bowlers in your team. How you rotate them. Yesterday you were not present. They did very well, especially in this present moment. Go around, ask your vice captain, what plans did you use yesterday so that we can implement them today. There's no harm in doing that. That is what makes a good leader.
And again, even that wicket, Leonard, if you saw on the replay, was a fortunate wicket, I must say, because he was in the slot. It was pitch full, was about to get the same treatment. Kenneth couldn't connect that, got a edge to it, but the way he swung his bat, that seemed like could have gone the distance. New man in, Brian Masaba, the captain of Uganda national team.
Zapibi Menyimana to bowl his last over of his quarter. Alpeshram Jani goes up. Catches the call. It's Martin Akayezu. He will never drop that one. Zapi is brought back into the attack and yet again leads from the front. Picking up his 7th wicket in the tournament. Alpeshram Jani misses out. Another set batsman misses out on a half century. And to make sure he carries his team to that 200 mark. But Karasi over, Zapibi Menyimana. He walks after scoring 45 off 27. He did the damage, of course, with those 3 big maximums and 2 boundaries. Fantastic bowling there. And what a catch from Martin Akayezu. That ball was in the air for a decade. He kept his eyes on the ball, is Martin Akayezu. He will be bowling the last over of the first innings. 174 for 5 after 18.1. This is the exact same total. Rwanda chest down against Team Tanzania. They would love to restrict Team Uganda to at least 185 to stand a chance of yet picking up another win in this tournament. But what a bowler, what a player he is, Zapibi Menyimana. Two new batsmen now. Pascal Murungi, the under 19 captain of the World Cup back in the West Indies, joins the captain Brian Masaba. They are all yet to face a delivery. Zapibi Menyimana to continue from the pavilion end. Change of pace gives Pascal Murungi enough time to get off the mark.
Zapi has been the go-to bowler for Team Rwanda today. Picked up 3 wickets, has given away just 22 runs. He's in for his final over. Brian Masaba, 4 matches, 4 innings, 71 being the highest, 37 being highest.
Zapibi Menyimana there, very smartly done, bringing in Martin Akayezu inside the ring and sending the fine leg fielder for that scoop shot over the captain. Straight to point. Good effort, good cricket all round here. Trying to finish strong is Team Rwanda here. Lovely to see Zapi thinking, sending back Eric Dusingizimana. We've seen at this particular time of the innings where Brian McMasawa loves those scoop shots, and he comes in, pauses, slow delivery, no pace whatsoever, opens up the face of the bat, straight to third man. This over is turning out to be very good for Team Rwanda. Zapi trying to finish on a high, but look at that economy of Zapi, 175, but he has managed to keep it under 5.
That is what an experienced bowler does.
That shows you the experience he possesses. Is a young Zapi Bimenyimana. Who has now 33 wickets for his country. Change of pace up. Catch is the call. Orkidetu Yisenge has to cover a lot of ground. And they'll manage to pick up 2 runs. And when you look at that shot and the placement, I believe Orkide wasn't in the right position there. A little bit finer. He has to go exactly where he is at the moment. That was supposed to be another catch. And these are the mistakes. These are the mistakes. If you miss out on those angles, you might end up paying the price.
Chances go begging deep into his crease and just clips it to the leg side for another boundary.
That was a good ball. Well played.
Coming in now for the final over of the innings. 182 on board. Lovely looking shot that. It was full on the stumps and just clipped it at the very right time. Goes the distance. Lovely shot there.
How many more runs now can Uganda squeeze in? It is the last over here now. The captain himself with the ball again here. I'm not sure if Martin has finished his 4 overs here. I think I'll be bringing in Martin here at this point of time with those yokers that he bowls. I think that should be the bowler that I would have gone to now is Clinton. He's gotten excited with that wicket that he took again, but this time around he needs someone who comes in and digs in those yokers again. You've got 2 new batters here. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy for them to free their arms. Yes, they are good batters, but coming in when there is a bit of some pressure in terms of getting boundaries, you need someone who bowls those yokers consistently again. So Martin was supposed to be the bowler too. So how many runs can Uganda get into this last over here? Good start from him there. 16 fours and 8 sixes so far in this inning. Rwanda yet to bet. You've got Eric Dusingizimana, you've got Didier Ndugimana, you've got Kevin Irakoze. Those guys can. So that number in terms of boundaries, 225 fours and 49 sixes so far. And you're going to see after the 30th, those numbers, those digits would have changed by miles here. Yes, and this is just only day number 3. Again, goes for the slower delivery. Mixed up of pace, mistimed. 2 is a call. Keeper is a call. That should be run out. Run out it is. Miscommunication. Whoa. Fielded and wove thrown there by Emil Lukiriza at deep square leg. This is what the last over brings. Pressure again comes in. Young Pascal Murungi walks off, run out facing 3 balls, a strike rate of 233. He didn't. This is what I said. As long as you've got new batters here, especially in the last over, you are bound to take a lot of wickets there. Again, tries to go across the line, didn't time it very well. Code 2 was a call, but there you go. You see now accuracy. We talk about fielders. He was not even in the frame there. Lovely piece of fielding from Emil Lukiriza, and that brings in Jonathan Sebanja. Yesterday we didn't see him playing. Today he comes in. This is what we've been talking about again, having more players in your squad in terms of rotation and depth. Because you've got a lot of games that are coming in. It's not going to be easy. 2 rest days only in these days that these guys 10 days that are going to be playing cricket. So you need to make sure that you rotate your players very, very well. We saw yesterday Tanzania again, Ivan Seliman picking up an injury. Rwanda again, unfortunately for Inyas, again out of the picture. So that is some of the things as coaches and captains need to worry about, how to rotate your players.
Absolutely. Talking about that young man, Inyasi, unfortunately, he will be missing out in action for the next 6 months. Wishing him a very quick recovery is Inyasi Nirenganya, the left arm quick. Full ball there. Looking for that Yoka is Clinton Rubagumya, and Sebanja is very happy to let his captain take strike. Fantastic over here from the captain, giving only 1 run in his 3 deliveries and picking up that wicket, which came in as a run out. What is Brian Makmasawa going to do here? The 2 fielders are inside the ring at short third and short fine leg. Goes back into his crease straight to that fielder. Emmanuel Kiriza, they take him on. Run out chance there. And the run out is completed, courtesy of the throw of that young man, shot number 23. 2 in 2 for him in this over. Perfect throw there, Mr. Leonard.
Lovely piece of fielding from the young man. Every time he effects that run out, he's holding his back hand, number 23. This is the name. Sure, this is the name. This is me. Lovely piece of fielding there from him. I'm telling you, this is what you want, especially at the end of this inning, in the last over. That action, that energy, not giving up, patience. I talked about it again. These are the result now, the finish. This, I've talked about it. I'm like, I would love to see the captain himself coming in when Uganda is like in a bit of some pressure to go big. The mix up of pace there again, not quietly timed again as well. Goes back there, they try to take him on. Lovely piece of throw there. And Didier, look at the position. Good one. A couple of meters away there from the stumps. Not hard job for umpire Veronica Irio here. You just see her raising the finger up. Easy job for her.
Very good decision from the female umpire, international Rwanda, Veronica Irio, who made her debut in the men's category in this second edition of the Dafabet East Africa T20 Cup. And there walks in Dr. David Wawire. He started playing cricket at the early stages, played for under 19 as David Wawire comes back to make his debut for the national team as doctor. That shows you, Leonard, education is also key.
Definitely it is key, man, because in cricket, you've got a short career again. You've got a couple of years to play. So you need to pick yourself up with something else again. So choosing to go there and attain that degree, that is something that is massive. And all the other players should also copy from him, because you're not going to spend a lot of time out in playing the cricket. Look at someone like Inyas, what just happened to him now. If you go out for the next 3 years, what's going to happen? You also need to survive, because you're going to be out of action for quite some time. If you get to retirement again, you need to make sure that you can go. You're not going to be playing cricket forever. So that is something that he has done. That is very, very good. That would encourage other players to do.
Absolutely. I hope the youngsters are listening all over the world. It's that man telling you, with all the experience he has, Mr. Leonard Damburo. Wide ball there from the captain, Clinton Rubagumya. Giving you only 2 runs and 2 wickets in this over. Fantastic. Trying to finish strong is Team Rwanda.
Yes, we reball that again. Clinton, 2 deliveries left in this over. We talked about 200, but 200 is seeming to be highly unlikely. They might just get a touch above 190 there, depending on how Clinton is going to bowl these last 2 deliveries.
Jonathan Sebanja and David Wawire. How many more can they add? Oh my goodness, what a piece. Oh, that's Didier Dikubgimana for you. He effects another. I'm not sure if it's a run out or stamping here, Leonard. But what a throw. Spot on. Bullseye is the young Didier, the vice captain. What an over is turning out to be, with only 1 delivery to come in this last over of the first innings. Third run out in the over. Making sure they don't get to that 190 mark is Team Rwanda. Captain leading from the front. Change of pace there beats the bottom edge of the bottom bat of David Wawire, who was deceived by that off-cutter of the captain himself. Young Subuga Siraje comes in to face the last delivery. First time Siraje Subuga batting in those colors, yellow and red for Team Uganda here in Rwanda. We've seen him on a couple of occasions playing for Challengers Cricket Club and Telugu Royals, but this time round he has one delivery to face. Change of pace knocks him over. Fantastic over here from Clinton and Team Rwanda, picking up 3 runouts and knocking over Siraji Subuga, who has to bag a very big golden duck as he takes the long way back to the heart. 186 for 9 after 20 overs is what the Ugandans managed to get in their first innings. Look at that there, top of off. Smartly done by Clinton. A very good comeback after giving away 18 runs in his third over. He comes up, gives away only 2 runs in the last over, where all batsmen were looking to go over him. That was it from the batting lineup. Roger Mukasa had to perish courtesy of Zapi Bimenyimana and Emiru Kiriza. Simon Sesazi contributing 41 once again for his side, hitting 4 sixes and a boundary. And of course, Ronald Lutaya's cameo, 17 off 9 with a strike rate of 188. Ronak Patel yet again after scoring 60. Today he managed to put on 44 off 29, moving at 151 strike rate, and a very good partnership there from Alpesh and Ronak, where Alpesh Ramjani also contributed 45 off 28 with 3 biggies. And Kenneth Waiswa's cameo, 20 off 11, had to depart courtesy of the captain Clinton Rubagumya. Brad Maksaba didn't do much with the bat, and Pascal Murunji had to perish with the run out of Emiru Kiriza. 7 extras from Team Rwanda. They've been very disciplined with the ball, ending up restricting Uganda to 186 all out.
There we have the partnerships. Ronak Patel and Simon Sezazi having 70 runs between them for 47. Ronald Lutaya 28. Alongside him, Simon Sezazi off 12 balls. Just 7 extras. And then that partnership of 48 of 27. Zabibi Menyimana, 4 overs, 11 dots, 29 runs, 3 wickets to his name, economy of 7.25. Very, very nice figures for him. Martin Akayezu, 3 overs, 6 dots, 35 runs, 1 wicket, 11.67 his economy. Clinton Rubagumya, the captain, 4 overs, 9 dots, 36 runs, 2 wickets to his name, economy of 9. Emil Rukiriza, 4 overs, 5 dots, 27 runs he's given away, 1 wicket he picked with an economy of 6.75. Emmanuel Sebareme, 3 overs, 3 dots, 37 runs, wicketless, economy of 12.33, the most expensive of the lot. And then the big man, Kevin Irakoze, 2 overs, 3 dots, 21 runs, economy of 10.5. And that's the bowling scorecard of Rwanda. Join us shortly for the run chase here in the second innings by Team Rwanda. They did it yesterday against Tanzania. Will they be able to replicate that performance today against Team Uganda? Let's wait and see. Stay tuned.
chance to win this game in their allotted 20 overs. Yesterday we saw them chasing 170 for the loss of 3 wickets with the blistering opening partnership of Didier Ndikubimana and Kevin Irakoze. I'm keen to see and interested to see which two are going to open today's innings, since we have seen the big man Eric Dusingzimana scoring a first 50 of this tournament comes in. But I think I'm seeing Didier walking in there. I don't think Kevin today has been assigned to do the job. Yes, they've gone back to their usual opening pair of Didier and Eric Dusingzimana. Yesterday it was just a team plan. Today they've come up with a different game plan. But good enough is at least you know that you've got someone in Kevin stature who can come and strike the ball even in the middle order if there is need to be. So that is something that was going to be interesting to see here. So Rwanda, what they need here from over number 1 going forward, they need a good start here. They need Big Eric to be playing his game here. He doesn't need to be containing himself. He needs to make sure that he plays himself. He plays with freedom and also guide the young Didier. Allow Didier also to bat with freedom. We saw Didier how much dangerous he can be striking the ball at 150, 170% strike rate. So he just needs to be given that freedom to make sure that he goes that way. You don't need to respect bowlers here. You've talked about bowlers coming in. We saw yesterday with the first ball here, that should be the doctor with the ball in the hands. David Wabire with the ball in hand. We saw the way he bowls. He has got some gas in his bowling, some bounce. But with the wicket, how it is behaving, taking that option of bouncing the ball short, you are going to be asking or applying to be hit across. And so Didier is someone who also likes to play those reverse sweeps, those scoop shots. Again, the fine leg to start up with is inside. And there is a deep square leg. That is a plan for short bowling here, I'm telling you. We'll come back again here. Zaid Khan.
Lovely, lovely game. A very interesting chase this might turn out to be. We've got Eric Dusingzimana out there. Big man back into the competition now. Highest scorer for Rwanda. 868 international runs to his name. 66 not out being his highest. Placement starts off with a dot ball by Didier. 53 international T20Is Eric Dusingzimana has played.
It's going to be interesting here. 187 needed now from 119 balls. And yesterday we saw Didier, the first ball blocking, the second ball went like a flash to the cover. Call here, a bit risky. But he manages to make it through to the end because of the misfield there by the field at short mid-wicket. Again, this is something that you don't want early on in the innings, getting those run-outs. You need to make sure that all your communication is spot on. Roger Mukasa there, missing out on a chance. And that brings back the big man, Eric Dusingzimana, on strike here. He needs to play a big innings here if he wants to see his team, Rwanda, getting the better of Uganda again today for the first time. That is wide. Dr. David Wawire, you need to bowl that again. It's looking forward to be a good game here, I'm telling you. As long as these two Rwandan batters give their team the much needed good start, I'm telling you this is going to be a good game to watch. Catch is the call. Top edge from Eric Dusingzimana. This is how the inning started again for Kevin Irakoze with that top edge again versus Tanzania. Now, I told about the plan here is to bowl short, and you see the plan there already because the square leg is still in place in that wide dish. third man. Those are the signs. Look, the way he bent his back. And Eric was not even anywhere in a position to play that particular delivery. And this is something that we have seen over the past games. Eric is not comfortable playing those short deliveries, especially those ones that are banged hard on the ground and on the body line. He backs away with no control. So that is something that he needs to wake up. And again, from the first over, the journey of the third man has started again into the field here. Second time around, we've seen him walking. Let's hope it's not going to be more of this. A lot of balls, we have seen them yesterday going outside Gahanga here. Shows how powerful these batters are striking the ball and looking forward to be scoring bigger. And why not? If we are looking forward to chasing 186, you need to be looking for those boundaries early on.
Flat bats that. Loud call for a single. Quick single they pick up. Good running between the wickets. Good call there by Big Eric. That brings Didier back on strike. Didier Ndikubwimana, 19 years of age, 328 days. Right-hand batsman, also main wicket keeper for the national side. Former under-19 captain. In the air and gives away a catch. First up, goes out cheaply. He has to depart today early without troubling the scorers. Early blow, a wicket within the first over, just like the first innings of this game. Tried to be aggressive, but the extra zing by David Wabire, and he wasn't able to get good connection out of that. You saw him shuffling and just got the bottom of the bat, and he was backing away from the line of the ball. First blow to the run inside.
And that should be the first wicket for the doctor, David Wabire. Made the debut yesterday. First wicket that is taken here. Again, Didier going for the wrong option there. The idea was good, but the execution there was not was not done very well. And now you see Wilson Nyitanga comes in to bat at number 3 for Rwanda. Rwanda finding themselves at 7 runs for the loss of 1 wicket here. The current run rate is currently at 8.4, and they need about 9. They need to make sure that whatever the proceedings that they're going, they need to be working around that run rate there. There, Wilson goes for this hit. No even sign of foot movement whatsoever. No control again in that shot. They just going through, throws his hands onto that ball, but end up missing. End of over number 1. 7 runs on the board for the loss of 1 wicket. Didier Ndikubwimana caught there and bowled by David Wabire. You can feel Uganda is on the driving seat here. And coming in to bowl from the airport end, that is Jonathan Sebanja coming in. Fresh legs there yesterday. He didn't play left arm quick. He's coming in. Then Eric Tusingizimana again. Quite going to be interested to see the plan again. Still, the field set is the same between these two bowlers again, setting them up for that short delivery. Again, a wide-ish third man and a deep square leg there for that particular shot. If Eddie thinks about going over that ramp to third man, he is going to find David Wabire there. If he goes for the pull without control, he's going to find the man at deep square leg. My God, my God. Lovely piece of shot. That is welcome to Eric. Look how huge that 6 is. Jonathan, that is not a good welcome there. In the slot, there for the taking. Eric gets the answer. Look at it. Big swing and big hit. A lot of control on that shot. I'm telling you, we are going to be seeing a lot of these shots if these Ugandan bowlers keeps on bowling in that particular region for Eric Dusingizimana here. They know him very well, that he can hit the ball far, especially that is more pitched on the legs and around the pace there. You don't want to be bowling in that area. That was a massive, huge 6 there.
868 runs to his name. Eric Dusingizimana, the highest scorer for Rwanda on the international side. The only batter after him is Orchide Tuisenge, with just a margin of 1 run before this game. Now Eric Dusingizimana is well ahead of him. Beautiful looking shot that was. A shot of authority. Dispatching it for a maximum. And again, flat batted. Didn't get the connection. Shaking his bat there, just trying to figure out something wrong with it or not. Believe got the bottom end of it.
The intentions are clear here, Zed, from Eric Dusingizimana is not holding back here, trying to go for everything after missing out in yesterday's game, having scored the first half century of this tournament. A little shimmy down the wicket. More ball there, pulling back his line is Sebanja with all the experience he possesses.
Being very watchful here, Bob. Going for the right shots at the right time. Going for the right shots at the right time. He's being really watchful here. Charging in again is Jonathan. Shot this time. Plays it onto the leg side around the corner. Just for a single. With the high run chase. Here he'll have to create those opportunities and go big. Make optimal use of that power play. And the field restriction. Because once the field gets spread, they'll need to work out a different plan. But till then, good ball striking. Lots of entertainment yet to be achieved in this game, courtesy of Dafabet, our proud sponsors, and Rwanda Cricket Association. Shot placed there by Wilson Nitanga. Beautiful looking shot that, using the pace of the bowler, directing it in the vacant region. Easy as you like it. Have a look at that. Played it right under his eyes. And late shot.
Lovely shot. What a way to get off the mark is Wilson Nitanga, opening up that face of the bat to beat Dr. David Wawire there, who is a little bit finer at third man. Loud appeal there. Run out chance on the other end. But the umpire, Uganda International, is not interested. Mr. Norbert Abbey, to bring us to the end of the second over. 18 for 1 is what the scoreboard reads.
Good, very, very good decision there by the on-field umpire. It seemed to be pitching outside leg. There you have the dugout. Kevin Irakoze, big man, padded up alongside his captain, Clinton Rubagumya, who missed out on the game yesterday, but he's in today.
It's Dr. Wawire to continue from the pavilion end. having picked in the previous over his first international wicket. Soft hands straight to point. Eric Dusingizimana is not the quickest, but again, a very good batting there. Using his full face of the bat is our young Wilson Nitanga. There, here in front of us, there's Bilal Hassan, who misses out in this particular game. He picked that wicket over Wilson Nitanga, struck plumber in that similar fashion where Sebanja missed out, but this time round it had pitched outside leg. Short ball into the body, well directed. Doesn't get enough timing on that one is Wilson Nitanga, but Eric is happy to go on the other end and take full charge. Very good to see Wawire hitting the deck hard. He has protection, that man there, young Pasco Murunji at deep square leg for that particular short ball. In the air, that's Eric for you. One bounce, two bounces to the ropes. The reason Eric had to take that quick single is to make sure he keeps the scoreboard ticking for Team Rwanda.
Beautiful looking shot that was, Bob, with a width on offer. Just had to clear the man in the infield, and he goes the distance, allowing Big Eric to open up his arms. Lovely looking shot that was. Placement by Big Eric. What an approach to pace bowling. The quicker it comes, the quicker it goes. Back-to-back boundaries for Eric Dusingizimana. Very, very critical thinking by the big man. Picks up that boundary at the very last moment. How late did he play that?
How good was he on that shot, Zaida? Using the pace of Dr. David Wawire. A little bit of chap there between these two, Eric and David Wawire. Eric, who moves to 20 off 9. Edging like a fine wine, they say, is Eric Dusingizimana. Knows he needs to catch up with the runs after missing out in yesterday's victory, where his partners are Kevin Irakoze and Didier Ndikubwimana put up a show here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. Pulled away short ball straight to the fielder, and the short ball ploy works. Look at the bowler, David Wawire. He is pumped because he knows that's a very big, massive wicket as Eric Dusingizimana misses out on a short delivery. But he has to take the long way back after contributing 20 off 9. They would have loved him to stay a little bit longer at the crease. His Team Rwanda. One big 6 and 3 boundaries with a strike rate of 222 is Eric as he walks back to the dugout. Orkide Tuyisenge comes in at number 4, finding the young Wilson Niyitanga.
Couldn't deal with the bumper this time around. Tried to get out of the way, but the ball didn't bounce as much as he had expected it to. It stayed around the waist height. Orkide Tuyisenge, the man walking in, the second highest scorer for Team Rwanda, after Eric Dusingizimana walking in now. Great competition, great little cameo by the opener. The aggression has to be intact in order to get this run chase going. Just 28 runs on board. We're into the third over, and Sebanja coming back from the airport end.
Good delivery there from Sebanja, tucking Wilson Nitang off room there. Remember the first 2 overs when we talked about the field planning here. We talked about short ball plan that is being employed by Uganda here. They've done it well and it has worked for them, especially to someone like Eddie, who they know he has got a challenge in terms of playing those short deliveries again. Yes, he was dispatching it, but that was a setup, to my own opinion. Now get him think that he's now settled, then bang, that short ball comes in again. Wilson tries to go big, no timing whatsoever, man under it, catch it is. Wilson walks back again. This is what I said earlier on. I think, yes, we come up with a different plan, and when you're sitting here, we always come up with maybe what we think can be the best plans for the team. But I think that combination yesterday, it worked very well for them yesterday. They could have stuck to that again. Then as you go on, then you start and you carry it up from there. But we can always say that from here. But Rwanda find themselves now in a bit of some trouble here. 28 for the loss of 3 wickets. Again, the setup again for that short delivery. And this is something going forward to the qualifiers that are coming in. Rwanda needs to work on with going to the ACA in South Africa. Those wickets, they are bounce wickets again. And a lot of those seamers that balls there, they ball more around about that 8-9 meter mark body line. So they need to make sure that they work on their pull shot. They need to make sure that they work on their ducking off the ball, especially the top order batters. They need in these past months, in my opinion, to make sure that they squeeze in themselves in terms of working with that short delivery. They have been exposed here by Uganda and we have seen it. So that is something that they need to go. That is the beauty of these games again. You understand? If you had not played these games, such challenges, you won't pick them.
Yes, definitely. It's an area they need to work upon. Sebanja coming in. Bowls it short yet again. Got away with that. The captain there, Brian Masaba, catching a blinder. He got underneath it, but the sun was right on top of it. And again, pulls him. And pulls him perfectly for a maximum. Got away with that. The plan was there by the Ugandans.
And again, I don't think Uganda mind that. You can see everyone was calling catch, because there is a man there, look, there's a man there, but at least Clinton managed to get the better of that ball. But the plan is clear here. It's going to be a lot of short bowling from the seamers in this power play. Uganda don't mind those runs. Look, they've got 186 runs. They've gotten 3 wickets, so they don't mind conceding those runs again. You see, short bowling again, but a bit more fuller again, beating that outside edge of Clinton, trying to play that depth shot. But there's a slip in place there, Ronak Patel. And if he had played that shot, he was going to look straight into Ronak Patel's hand. So if you want to play that shot, he needs to make sure that he has got total control. He moves across the off stump and guide it there to get that gap that he's looking for. But now they need to come up with a plan on how to play those short deliveries that Uganda has come up with a plan.
And again, Leonard, I'd like to think about the fact that Uganda got to such a total, not only with the boundaries, but also the very, very needed singles and doubles. We saw the innings by Ronak Patel, who got into his 40s. End of the 4th over, 35 runs on board, 3 wickets down are the run inside. There we have the spectators on the mount. You've got to find a way and ease up the pressure, and the easiest way to do that is by rotating the strike, trying to get those singles and doubles placement. If you're not able to make good use of the restrictions in the field within the power play,
Yeah, I totally agree with you there in terms of saying that they should be taking those doubles and singles. But you take doubles and singles when you are offering them. With the way these Ugandans are bowling here, they are not offering them that option again. You understand? So they have to find ways again to make sure that they get those singles. But how is the question? If you do compare the two bowling departments here from these two teams here, look, Clinton tries to go for the scoop. Yes, the fine leg is inside here, but just missed the top of off stump there. You understand? Yes, sometimes you got to go for those calculative risks, but you need to make sure that you could put yourself in a good position. So going back to what you've said, they need to get those. But if you look, if you compare the two bowling departments now, especially up front, again, the seamers, the way the Ugandan seamers are bowling, they are not offering those kind of deliveries to dispatch for ones or twos. They are sticking to their plan. You understand? In short bowling, again, you see, they are sticking to their plan. And that's those short balls that they are bowling. If you again compare the two departments of bowling, the Rwanda's short bowling, a lot of them they were offering with wide, allowing them to play the cut shot. Or they were bowling short outside leg stump, allowing them to play that push shot with control. But if you look at David Wabire here and Jonathan Sebanja, the way they've bowled their short balls, they are well directed on body line, not giving you room to go across or to go in front to play those shots. That is where the difference is going to be again in terms of the seamers up front.
Oh, definitely in the right channel. Just in the right channel there. It is a well planned, a well thought out setup here by the Ugandans, David Wabire and Jonathan Sevanja, channeling the ball really well. It's just that hard length that they've picked up to bowl against the Rwanda side, where the batsman is not quite comfortable playing it on the front foot. Neither is he able to rock back onto the back foot with the pace on offer. Clinton Rubagumya, not quite sure what happened there with him. From the looks of it, he just missed a straight one. Too close to the top of off stump on that occasion. What an over David Wabire is having. Are we about to witness the first maiden?
But if you look at the setup there, look at those two pass deliveries. They were both a bit more fuller. Clinton was caught on the back foot. That is the setup. Lovely over there from David Wabire. Maiden. I'm telling you, bowling a maiden in T20 is diamond. Again, especially if you're also defending 186, you expect batters to be coming at you. But if you look at the setup, again, this is what I'll keep saying. The setup, the first four deliverers, back of a length, the body line, not allowing Clinton to pull or cut. Then follow-up balls full, and Clinton was caught on the back foot, expecting the ball to be being pitched. So this is something that is not watching the ball. He is already thinking about what kind of delivery David was going to bowl. Instead of watching the ball, playing with his own plan, he's like, what do you call it? He's like premeditating a shot. You understand? That is what Clinton has done there. So that comes in when you've got experience and good bowlers that are bowling to you. So this is where the difference between bowlers, again, in terms of quality, is going to come in.
I agree with you there, Leonard. When you look at that maiden from Dr. Wawire, Clinton really played the ball and not the balls. Missing out on almost full delivery. Flicked away into the pads, catches the call, drops short at the fielder at deep square leg. Pasco Murunji. Shot that that young man Orkide has been playing superbly in the previous games. Gotta be very careful because the plan is on for Team Uganda. There's a fielder for that particular short ball.
Again, Bob, if I'm Brian Masaba here, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be giving my seamers 3 overs each and done with the power play with them. Look, we've got 3 wickets in. Look at that ball here now. Look at that ball. If you can get that again, how he squared again. This is the second time he's squaring Clinton here. Wabire, that left arm, let away swing. Just want to look at that again, if we can see that, so that we can be able to understand and see what good position was Clinton in there, following up to the next delivery.
Last 7 deliveries, Clinton is being caught up in 2 minds, not knowing if he can go forward or lean back to see if he can guide it through that third man region. There you go, opens up the face of the bat there. Oh, what an effort there from David Wawire, but it goes in vain to get Clinton a much sense of a relief after facing 8 deliveries without getting any run. He decides to open up the face. But again, what an effort there, Leonard, from David Wawire after bowling a maiden.
The asking rate keeps on going. It's now above 10. You don't want it to reach 11 or 12. Yeah, but with all this Uganda bowling here, I'm telling you, it's going to be tough for the Rwandan batters here to come into the pitch there again, allowing Clinton. Sloppy fielding there from Uganda. That races away to the boundary there. It's going to be interesting to see how many runs we're going to get here. Is it 5? That should be 5 runs. You can see the signal from the umpire there. You don't want things like that to happen after such bowling, a brilliant ball there, asking Clinton to come forward to play that forward block, and poor picking up from the fielders there. I don't even know where the pressure is coming from the fielders. They are very much in control here. So you need to make sure that you stay calm. Yes, you want to get it done with, but you need to make sure that you stay calm.
Exactly what that man, Jonathan Sebanja, is telling his fielders. Keep it easy and simple. We'll have to find out in the box here, Leonard. I believe Clinton was supposed to be I believe it's Orchidea was supposed to be facing. Full ball driven powerfully straight to Alpeshram Jani. Good signs there from Clinton. At least he's getting back on that one. Trying to play it forward. I believe the umpire there, Norbert Abbey, signaled 5 runs. And Clinton is the one who played that forward defense straight to young Pascal Murunji. I beg your pardon, Ronald Lutaya there at covers. Last ball of the power play here from Jonathan Sebanja in the air, healthy outside edge. The ball is running away to the boundary. Fortune favors Clinton to end the power play with the boundary. 49 for 3 after 6, Leonard.
I'm telling you, one of these two batters here, Clinton and Okide, needs to be brave enough and start going for these Ugandan bowlers here. You're not like you're chasing 120, so you're chasing a mammoth of 186. One of these two batters needs to become brave, needs to start going for those bowlers. Don't give them that too much respect. Yes, they are bowling very well, but one of them need to make sure that he stand up, he stays positive, be the aggressor. They are capable of doing that, and that is what I would love to see them doing again going forward here. End of power play here. 49 for the loss of 3 wickets, 138 runs needed in 84 deliveries.
With that maiden in his third over is Dr. David Wawile. He's been trusted by the captain to finish his spell on the trot from the pavilion end. Can he finish on a high is David Wawile, who made his debut yesterday. The field is spread. Orchidea to Isenge with his captain Clinton Ruwagumia, who is on 20 of 15. These are the two right people to keep taking it around the corner. They're very quick between the wickets. Deep extra cover, Pascal Murunji, and the third man, fine leg, and a deep square leg. Interestingly here, David Wawile goes with those two fielders inside the ring, mid-off and mid-on. Short ball. Interestingly, it doesn't go for a wide. That was banged in. Too short from David Wawile.
should be wide.
I'd love to check on that again, maybe after this delivery, because Orkide is a tall lad and that ball went past his head. Soft hands there from Orkide. Straight to that man, Sebanja, a third man. I would love to see these two rotating the strike. Of course, if the boundary comes in, that's a very big bonus to them. 50 up for Team Rwanda after losing 3 wickets.
Well-directed short balls here. This is what Uganda are showing here. I'm telling you, these two tall seamers and strong seamers here. Again, goes for the full. Clinton was waiting on the back foot again. Then David Wabire has seen that, then he bowled it a bit more full.
I'm not sure there what Clinton is thinking facing David Wabile's last over of his quarter. That was a full ball, supposed to be driven mid-off, mid-on, inside the ring. A lot of gaps there. Shot, cut, powerfully. There's protection. Pascal Murunji. 2 is the call. Clinton is running very hard.
Good cricket there from these two batters. Okide being in control of it. This is what I would love to see from these batters, showing control, showing that positive attitude towards these batters. Yes, these bowlers, yes, they are bowling very well, but you need to make sure that you show that positive attitude towards them. Come up with plans. Get over on top of them. Because the more you give them respect, the more you are vulnerable of getting dismissed. There was a shout there. The fingers raised. Veronica Irio is satisfied there that there was a bet on it. And that sees Okide Tuisenge, after facing 4 deliveries, managing to get 4 runs, walking off the field there, caught behind. Lovely take from the keeper there behind. And he's not happy. You can look at the face. He thinks that the umpire did not do fortunate enough, but they are the sole judges of the game. We just need to look at it again to see how close was it to the thigh pad or to the bet. Rwanda finding themselves 53 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Oh, very good decision there from Veronica. There was some deviation there. We'll have to find out if it was caught behind or LB. Because Orkide had covered everything. But again, it's another wicket that goes down. 4 already with 53. Needing now 10 runs and over as we see the introduction of young Sebareme Emmanuel. They need a partnership or two at least to start getting closer and closer to that target.
Yeah, that dismissal, we just need to confirm and ask to see, was it caught behind the balls? What I'm saying, why is it caught behind the LBW balls? Okide shoved way miles across his off stump. You could see half of the middle stump and part of the leg stump there, and did not even move forward to cut off that length. So I think we just need to confirm from the umpire to see, was it caught behind the balls? They don't seem like there was any bit closer to the ball there.
Edge drops short on his right is Simon Sesazi. Gets off the mark with that boundary. And David Owire ends his quarter, giving away only 24 runs with these 3 wickets. Lovely ball there. Beats everyone. The wicketkeeper Simon Sesazi and Ronak Patel there in fast sleep. That's the end of the 7th over. 57 for 4.
Goes through the very minimal space between fast slip and wicketkeeper. Fortunate for Emmanuel. And that brings Suga Siraj, who's not new to bowl here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium, has bowled plenty of times for his local domestic side, Challengers Cricket Club. Bowled brilliantly in the first game in his debut here in this tournament. Be interesting to see how Clinton and Emmanuel play spin here.
Siraj Nsubuga coming in from the airport end, a man who understands a thing or two about this ground. He has picked 67 wickets on this particular ground. Is Siraj Nsubuga. Shot number 78, who made his debut back in the Continental Cup in Kenya. Interestingly here, Siraj said every time he's in the side of the Uganda, he has to make sure he plays against Rwanda. He picked up that big wicket over Eric Dusigizimana in the first game after getting to his first ever half century in international cricket. He's up against the captain, Clinton Rwagumya, alongside Sebareme. Goes for a big sweep, misses everyone, including the wicketkeeper of the day, Simon Sesazi. Goes all the way to the boundary. Not a good start from young Siraj Nsubuga.
Very, very familiar he is with such conditions and players also. Considering the current run rate is at 8.1, required 10. So not too far off from what needs to be acquired. 186 scored by Uganda. Rwanda is on 57. I beg your pardon, is on 62 for the loss of 4. 125 needed in 76 balls. Plays it around, and a no ball been given. I believe it's for overstepping.
Not a good start from young Siraji, giving already 6 runs. There you go. The free hit signal is captain Clinton Rwagumya. Can he get it over the line? Balls it quicker this time round. Clinton plays it over the field at covers, but they will only manage to get 2 runs off that free hit.
And again, a very, very wise decision by the captain, Brian Masaba, to bring a spinner, making the batsman play against the wind here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium, as there is a strong breeze moving towards the pavilion from the airport end, making it that bit difficult to time and execute the shot towards the boundaries, as the force of Mother Nature coming into play.
Much better line there, forcing Sebareme to go on the offside where he has protection. We'll have to wait and see if the umpires have done their calculations very well. Seems to be Veronica Idho looked like it was over. Yeah, but of course in this over there was a no ball from Siraj Nsubuga. I think that was the confusion. We'll have to ball this last delivery. Sebareme on strike. Soft hands looking to sneak in a single. Ends up with a dot ball, giving away only 9 runs in his first over is young Siraj Subuga. 8 overs down the road, 66 for 4, needing 121 off 72. Interestingly, we haven't seen the man of yesterday's game between Rwanda and Tanzania, Kevin Irakoze, still padded out there.
Not quite sure what sort of strategy the Rwanda side is using. Completely different from the one used yesterday, which tended to be extremely successful as they gained that victory against Tanzania. A very impressive chase that was. The chase today seems to be day and night of a difference.
There comes in the man who haunted Rwanda in their first game, picking up a hat-trick. 24-year-old leading the bowling chart with 10 wickets in this tournament. Kenneth Waiswa, coming from the end where he picked up the hat-trick, the pavilion end. Clinton Ruwagumya, the captain, on strike. Cut powerfully. This ball is racing away to the boundary. Much better shot. Total control from the captain. Shot number 5, Clinton Ruwagumya to welcome Kenneth Waiswa into the attack. He picked his wicket in the first game. This time round, Clinton tells Kenneth Waiswa, I'm well set on 33 of 21 deliveries. I'm up for the challenge. You'll need to play a captain's innings here alongside Sebareme Emmanuel to see if they can at least get closer and closer to that target. They've played Uganda 12 times. They haven't won a game. They've gotten closer twice in 9 months. I'm telling you here, Zaid.
Beautiful placement that was, Bob, by Clinton Ruwagumya. And again, he's got to hang in there as the captain, the skipper, trying to lead from the front, lead by example. We've seen it by Didier yesterday, how he managed to stay in and happened to be the backbone of the run chase. Lots of differences coming in with the inclusion of the seniors today.
You will have to be very careful. Kenneth Waiswa loves bowling stump to stump line. Lovely shot there. 2 is the call. Sebareme is one of the quickest, but you do not want to take on Alpesh Ramjani there. Much better playing and batting from these two. Keep protecting the strike. If the boundary comes, yes. But again, you've got to be in total control of this chase if they are to register their first ever win against Team Uganda.
Again, the partnership, trying to build a partnership here requires more bat on ball. As the previous partnerships, the previous wickets that have gone by, tried to get some bat on it, but no real connection. Just rushing themselves into the stroke play. 113 needed in 69 balls, 69 legal deliveries, I must say. Rwanda with the ball just gave away 7 extras, which is impressive, I must say.
Absolutely, but they have to do the job with the bat. Change of pace there from Kenneth Waiswa. Love his variations. He'll give you, this is a kind of ball who'll give you a leg cutter, off cutter, and then he nails in a quick yorker.
He's got a very decisive action coming in quite hard. Doesn't seem that quick, but it really comes off. And a flatter action. There you see. Attacking the stumps. You cannot play cross-batted shots to bowlers like Kenneth Waiswa. Very tight over by Kenneth. He's given away just 6 runs and is on his final delivery. Will he be able to close it down in same fashion? Plays it on the leg side. There is protection in the deep. And they'll remain with a single. Very good over by Kenneth Waiswa. He's given away just 7 runs this over. We were done with 9 overs here. Rwanda 75 for the loss of 4 wickets. There you see Eric Dusingizimana having a seat. And we've got Team Tanzania in the dining area here at Gahanga Pavilion. We've got a game in the afternoon. Stay tuned, guys. It's going to be very, very interesting. There is no rain in Rwanda, but it's been raining sixes here at Gahanga.
Subuka Siraj continue with the bowling there. Quick running between the wickets, these two. Emmanuel Sebareme, we know he's quick. And also the captain Clinton on 36 of 27 deliveries. Clinton needs to make sure that he stays there all the way through if they want to get anywhere closer to chasing 186 here. He needs to make sure he has to be there as the captain to lead up front. And Emmanuel just needs to support Clinton here. But with these singles, yes, good enough. You've talked about taking doubles in singles the earlier on. But with the situation that Rwanda have found themselves in here, do you think these singles will help them to get even closer to 186 or to make them pass 186?
Well, the situation at the moment requires about 2 or 3 big overs scooped by Clinton Rubagumya. Gets away with it and they pick up 2 runs. Trying to be cheeky here is the captain. Smart thinking. He was straight and quick by Siraje. The singles and doubles at the moment won't hurt Uganda. It's the big overs that get thrown away for 15, 20 odd runs. That might bring Rwanda into the competition now. As we reach the halfway mark, 10 overs done with, 81 on board for the loss of 4 wickets. 106 required in 60 balls. A little bit of baseball, I reckon, needed in here. One of these 2 batters has to get going here and not try to drag the game too deep. It's still very possible. You've got 6 wickets in hand. Take your chances. And again, introduction of spin. Alpesh Ramjani, the left arm spinner, left arm orthodox finger spin. The field has been set. Not giving room this time around. The Ugandans are very quick within the infield, not allowing the Rwandans to pick up a double here, despite having the fielders in the deep quite far, and the boundaries here at Gahanga International Stadium are not very small. We've got lots of ground to cover here. And if you're to go for a big shot, you've got to make sure you take it all the way. Low effort there by the fielder. If that was done appropriately, there was a chance there for Uganda to sneak up yet another wicket. It was a very, very risky run by Clinton, trying to drop it right on the pitch and pick up a single.
Right into the 11th over here. The asking rate is still above 10. 104 runs needed, or 58 deliveries. With the way Clinton and Emmanuel are going here, it seems highly unlikely that they are going to get to that 186. Yes, it has been a good score. Yes, what you need to do is now to ask yourself the lessons learned from that run chase. Clinton needs to be there all the way to the end. And that is something that they also need to pick as a captain. He needs to be there all the way to the end. What they just need to play for now here, they just need to make sure that they get as much closer to the total and close that gap as much as possible with the other batters inside. Why I am saying that? Because if you see that you are not even closer to reaching to a total, there's no point of just going in and bashing and lose all your wickets. So you take this as a learning process, as a learning phase, as batters, to say you are facing one of the quality bowlers in the tournament. You've gotten a chance to work around them and see them. So being there around for long and making them bowl 20 overs is going to give you a situation to allow yourself to assess them, so that when you meet them again in the next game, you've got clear plans on how to play them. So that is something that should be going into Clinton's back mind and Emmanuel, to say, let's try to expose all these Ugandan bowlers as much as possible, so that at least when we play them again the other game, we've got a clue on what they can possess. So this is something that can also work for Rwanda. Yes, the game is slowly drifting away from them in terms of trying to chase the runs. If you can see there, they've lost 4 wickets quickly, and those are genuine batters up the order there. Didier 1 run, Eric 20 of 10, Wilson 6 of 7, then Okides 5 of 5, then the captain himself in the middle of the order. He is there now to control the innings from there together with Emmanuel Sebareme. Yes, it looks far. You've got 1 batter left, 2 batters, 3 genuine batters that can come in and give some runs for Rwanda here. But a lot of them, they are more of finishers. If you talk about Martin Akayesu, if you talk about Kevin yesterday, he scored.
There's the bowling scorecard. Just a couple of drinks being offered there. Leonard, thinking about it mathematically, very, very possible. Moving at a rate of 8.03. The run inside and required is 10. So you need about 2 overs of 15 runs, 15, 14 runs there to get to your target. Not an impossible task to do. Just 2 overs is the difference.
Yeah, but going back to what you've said, the moment you said mathematically, that shows that the possibility of getting there is not going to be that easy. You need to start calculating how to get there. But the other thing that you can, yes, it is very much possible. I totally agree with what you're saying. But now looking at the quality of bowlers Uganda possesses, again, and if you look at the last 3 overs, Clinton and Emmanuel have batted together. The approach they have used versus the bowlers, there's no aggression in terms of wanting to get those boundaries. They are comfortable taking 1s and 2s. Yes, good enough, because cricket is a game of runs. But if you are chasing that total, going to what you've said now, if they have to calculate the balls, you're talking about 2 or 3 monster overs that these guys need to to start unleashing. But with the way they have gone about their betting in the past 3 overs, they are not showing any signs of looking to get a boundary. So now getting to that 10 pause, if you look at that required rate, is now getting into 11. The moment it gets into 11, then into 12, it's going to be hard for them to start going big. Now with Clinton on 40 of 30 deliveries, I'm telling you what's going in the back head of his mind is he needs to get a 50 here first. You understand? If he thinks along those lines of maybe thinking about him as a player, he needs to get to a 50 here. He has got a good strike rate. But now, if I get my 50, is my 50 going to put my team in a winning position, or is my 50 going to take the total a bit more closer to the total set by Uganda? They have got another game in the afternoon, Tanzania. We saw Tanzania chasing 176 yesterday. So today they are also poised to, if they both face, they are also poised to facing a bigger total. So what they need to do now is to make sure they try to get as much closer to that 186 as possible. Then when the afternoon games comes, they've given themselves enough practice and enough options, enough plans to come and play that game.
And again, speaking of players getting into their 40s today, Clinton Rubagumya, the fourth and the only Rwandan batsman to get into the 40s. Uganda had 3 of those who didn't get to the 50 mark, despite playing a brilliant knock in the air. And that's the end of it. That's the 4th batsman that falls in his 40. And I spoke about it. That's exactly what I was talking about just a ball ago. As soon as the batsman gets to their 40, tends to get a bit carried away, tries to get more aggressive. Lovely, lovely attempt there and well taken. Have a look at that. A dive by Masaba on to his left. Probably the catch of the tournament. We're yet to find out. And that brings the big man, Kevin Irakoze, out there to the middle. He played a brilliant opening knock of 61 runs yesterday. Can he carry the side?
This is where I was saying now, Clinton needs to bet through. He was well set on 40 of 30 deliveries, opting for that shot. Maybe he had you, Zaid, talking about getting a monster over here. Then he tried to go and he picked the wrong ball. But the plan was supposed to just bet through, get the total as much closer as you can to the total set on the board there. Then I've talked about lesson learned again, to see and expose these Ugandan bowlers, because the less you face them, the less you're not going to plan for them. But the more you face them, the more you get used to them, the more you get to understand how they go about their bowling plan.
Absolutely. And when you look at that delivery, Clinton would love to watch that on the replay. Tries to play it on the bigger part of the ground against the turn. Against one of the best spinners in this tournament, Alpesh Ramjani, with figures of 2-4-1 in his first over. After a well-set partnership there, goes across the liner is Kevin Irakoze. A wicket brings 2, and he has to walk Golden Duck after an impressive 61 in yesterday's game. Wickets now start falling like dominoes here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground as we get to see another interesting batsman, Eric Niyomugabo. Yesterday he was in, but he didn't face a single ball. Look at that on your replays there. Kevin Irakoze. Nothing short. Leg stump goes for a walk. And yet another bowler is on a hat-trick. And it's Alpesh Ramjani. I would love to see a slip in place there to see if you can create that pressure to the new batsman, Eric Niyomugabo, who is yet to face a delivery in this tournament. Oh, I beg your pardon, who will have to bowl the second over where he will be on the hat-trick is Alpesh Ramjani. It's now Siraj Nsumuga to continue. You asked this question, Leonard, yesterday about The reason of Rwanda failing to convert these small stats and partnership when they play Uganda. What a shot there on one knee is Young Sebareme. Oh, it's a massive 6 there, as we see the indication from Norbert Abi. At some stage, I thought it's a one bounce. Good sense of a relief from Young Sebareme. Flat there. Tossed up delivery from Young Siraj Subuga. But again, coming back to that question, Leonard, I would love to have a chat with one of the batters, or maybe even two. Is it the colors that confuse them? Because yesterday, 90 for 2. In their first game, I beg your pardon, 90 for 2. And then they ended up losing 7 wickets for just 11 runs. And now they started moving in the power play at 9 point something in an over. And now they've ended up losing 6 wickets, bringing the current run rate to 7, making it very easy, very hard for them, where they need to get a boundary or 2 every over moving forward if they are to even get closer to the target.
Yeah, when you get the answer there, you let me know. I also need to know what is exactly happens when they play Uganda here. Again, you see, in Subuga, after being dispatched for 6, look at the comeback again, beating that outside edge of Emmanuel Sebareme. He had no clue whatsoever to play that ball, and done by Siraj there. He goes big again, but mistimed that will land safely. He can only manage to get 1 run, and that bring Eric Niomugabo on strike. You've played with Eric, Bob, a couple of times. You've seen him playing, you've grew up together, you understand him better. Now he comes in this situation. What do you think should be his options here, or his approach towards Uganda?
That's Eric for you. That's the Eric Niomugabo I played with. He has only one way to get going. Loves hitting boundaries and maximums. Gets off the mark with that back foot slog, playing with the mind of young Siraji, letting him bowl a short ball. And he gets away with that one into the vacant region to end over number 12 with the scoreboard reading 95 for 6. They have a very good batting lineup. They have Martin Akayezu still out there padded. Something they need to work on is these middle order batsmen. Starting from Orkide to Yisenge, one of the best players in the side, but this time round, he is not leading from the front. Alpesh Ramjani, who is on a hat-trick. Was it Fuller this time round? Well dug out by Young Sebareme. Straight to Kenneth Waiswa at long on. They've gone past that stage of singles. They need to get at least 2 boundaries in every over and keep rotating around those boundaries is Team Rwanda. The whole onside is packed for that man, Niomugabo Eric. Love to play straighter this time round. Knocks him over. He doesn't get a hat-trick, but his second delivery picks the wicket over Niomugabo. Wickets keep falling for Team Rwanda. 7 down. He doesn't know what happened, Niomugabo. He shakes his head, but he has to depart courtesy of the bowling of Alpesh Ramjani, who picks up his third for 2 runs in his 1.2. Figures you cannot buy anywhere. Knocked him over. He will have to watch that is Eric Niomugabo when he gets back to the hotel after contributing only 4 of 2 deliveries. He got back in the side after missing out on that tour where they had to travel all the way to Tanzania. But he's not making the good use of that opportunity. They have the Africa Cup qualifiers next month. If they qualify, they will be having another final of the Africa qualifier. In a month's time, they will be traveling to Namibia. He needs to work on his batting. A lot of these young men need to work on their batting. Martina Kayezo at the crease.
Rwanda in trouble here, I'm telling you. Very much in trouble here. Akayezu walks in when they're 96 for 7.
Quick single there to get off the mark is Martin Akayezu. He didn't have a very good day with the ball. Leaking 21 runs in his first over. I believe that's where the game changed for Team Rwanda. Putting his side on the back foot in his first over. Lovely delivery there from the experienced Ramjani. Trying to be that outside edge of the bat of Sebareme.
Our patient Ramjan bowling very, very well here. I'm telling you, taking crucial wicket. Again, beats that outside edge of Sebareme. It's not the first time we saw him beating it again. Lovely over there for Uganda. And it's not good enough for Rwanda here. And 97 for the loss of 7 wickets. 9 runs needed in 42 deliveries mathematically, according to Zaid Khan here. It is very much achievable.
The margins are not that far. It's just the right approach and the right intent, Leonard. We saw that, but trying to drag the game deep now. See, the required run rate and the current run rate, the difference has gone quite far now. Earlier on, the difference was just 2. Now it's gone past 3.5, 4. Lovely shot, but there is protection there, so just 1. Not getting the value out of that.
What would you love to see if it was you now in this situation? You are the coach or you are the captain here. You are in this situation. You've got 41 deliveries left here. We're talking about shot there. Well swept. Clean hit from Emmanuel Sebareme. Showing the signs that mathematically, like what you said, it is very much achievable. Not giving up. Again, that is a good shot there on one knee. Picks it up. 100 comes up for Rwanda here. This is what I'm talking about. If they try to bet in this particular fashion, they will get closer. That was well timed in the slot. So still, my question is, you are Clinton here. Emmanuel and Martin are betting. What would you expect them to continue doing here?
They'll need to do exactly what Ivan Soleimani did yesterday. Have the positive intent and go the distance. What Ivan Soleimani did yesterday, the positive intent and execution there. And Emmanuel Sebareme making it very easy for me to answer that question for you, Leonard. That is the fashion that is required. 3 out of 3. A hat-trick of maximums. Clean hitting. And you can see the shift of momentum. Brian Masaba giving 3 sixes. A hat-trick of 6s here. Like I mentioned earlier, it is going to rain here at Gahanga. 19 so far. And two balls left in the over. giving it back to the Ugandan side. Will it be 4? No. Gets carried away and gives his wicket. So Brian Masaba will have the final laugh. 34 of 20. Now that leaves the responsibility upon Martin Akayezu. He's seen his partner do it and fall by the blade. He'll need to do it. 2. Again, 71 in 38 balls.
Got carried away a bit, but at least this is what you would love to see, that positive aggression approach from the batter there. You need that. At least the gap is getting a bit more smaller and smaller. This is what you do want to see. He has shown potential that he can hit the ball cleanly outside the ground, and that can also give the captain and the coach confidence in terms of depth in batting. You've got guys that are capable of doing. If you need something like 20 runs to win in 2 overs, you know that you've got someone like Emmanuel who can give you Emil Lukiriza walks in here, and that is end of over. And number 14, Brian Masaba taking that wicket but conceding 19 runs, 3 maximums in that over, courtesy of Emmanuel Sebareme. Now Martin Akayezu, he's also a clean hit off the ball. He's still in there. Are we going to see the same cameo that we've just seen from Sebareme there from Martin? Martin, he scored 50 of 19 deliveries here on this ground. Now can he do the same? Not in that particular fashion. Umpire Veronica Irio shakes her head, not interested. That looks plumb to me here. But as some of us here have got an opportunity to see twice. Yeah, that is dead plumb. That is gone by miles. Unfortunately, Martin has been given a chance here. Fortune favors the brave, as we always say. So let's see now. Yes, he goes big. Did he time it well enough? Not well enough. He finds Kenneth Waiskwa 8 long on. 1 run it is, 117 for 8.
Not timing that well enough. Just trying to overhit. And again, with his trigger, the foot moving across. Yes, he was guilty on that occasion. And again, Emil Rukiriza trying to hit it out of the park without sighting the ball. And again, Leonard. I'll be... and bowls him. Clean bowled. A big question mark to Emil. He's got to depart for a duck. A silver duck, known in cricketing language. 2 balls he faced. Tried to smack that out of the park. The first ball, missed it completely. And missed it this time around. The difference is, this time it finds the stumps. And again, I'll be harsh to accept the fact that the approach by Sebareme came a bit too late. If he had done that when he was there with Clinton Rubagumya, there would have been a change in the game. A massive one, in fact. And that brings the long levers out there in the middle. Zapi Bimenyimana. Two balls left in Alpesh Ramjani's over. What amazing figures does he have? Have a look at that, Leonard. 5 runs. He's picked up 4 wickets. Gets a bottom edge. Lucky gets away with that. Subuga Siraj chases that all the way to the boundary. Saves 2 runs for his side. Zapi Bimenyimana gets away with 1. Last ball of the over. In the air. Lands safely. The throw ends up at the wrong end, but brilliant over by Alpesh Ramjani. 9 wickets down is Rwanda, 121 runs on board. We're done with 15 overs here. Like my partner here in the commentary box, Mr. Leonard Namburo mentions the graveyard period not going well for the Rwanda side today.
Definitely, Rwanda has been put in that period here. Martin tries to go across. Again, looking for that mid-wicket area where there's a big gap there. But managing to hit it back to the bowler. Yes, Rwanda has been put in the graveyard here. They need someone to take them out of that. Now we've got 9 wickets down here. Martin again looking for that gap there. Definitely, I think that will race away for 4. That is 4 runs for Akayezu Martin. He was desperately looking for that gap each time. Now this time he's managed to find it out. Again, Brian Masaba continues to offer these boundaries. We saw the other over there, the last one, the first one that he bowled. Emmanuel getting 18 runs of 3 deliveries, huge 3 sixes.
And from here on, if Rwanda is to remain within the competition, I spoke too soon. A comfortable grab there.
That will be it. Zaida, Brian Makmasaba, the captain, picking up the last wicket over Martina Kayezu, deceived with that flighted delivery outside off. Ends up chipping an easy catch to Kenneth Waiso at short third. 125 all out is Team Rwanda, not even completing their 20 overs. Yet again, losing 6 wickets for just 7 runs is Team Rwanda. They end up losing by 61 runs, second time in the tournament against Team Uganda. That was the batting line, the batting scorecard. Didier Kubwimana this time round didn't get anything to score for his team. Eric Dusingizimana's little cameo came to an end, courtesy of the doctor David Wawire, 20 off 10. And Clinton Rubaguma, the captain, having a very good partnership alongside Sebareme with 40 of 32 is Clinton, and Sebareme's 3 big sixes that got him to that 34 of 21 of the captain. Ends up with 4 maximums. But there you will see Kevin Irakoze, who opened the batting yesterday, scoring 61, coming in at number 7, goes for a golden duck. And Eric Niomugabo 4, Martin Akayezu 7, Orkidetu Yisenge 4 runs, Wilson Nitanga 6 runs. When you combine all those scores of the 5 batsmen, you cannot even get 20 runs, something they need to work on. Very key with the very disciplined with the ball again. 5 extras we saw earlier in the morning in the first innings. Rwanda giving away only 7 extras, and with the bowling chart is David Wabire bowling 4 overs on the trot, picking up 3 massive wickets with an economy of 6. And Jonathan Sebanja was very expensive today, going for 33 runs with an economy of 11. And Siraji Subuga 27 of his 3 overs with an economy of 9. But that man there, Alpesh Ramjani, left-arm orthodox, 3 overs, 11 dot balls, 9 runs, 4 big wickets. At one stage he was on a hat-trick. He ends up with an economy of 3. And Brian Makmasaba picking up that last wicket over Martin Akayezu. But very expensive with the ball, 15 was his economy. And that will be the end of the summary. There you go. That's the summary there. Alpesh Ramjani, 45 off 28. Ronak Patel, again leading from the front, 44 off 29. Simon Sesazi, 41. Zabibi Menyimana, 3 wickets for 29 in his 4 overs. And the captain, 2 for 36 in his 4. And with the batting lineup of Rwanda, Clinton Rubagumya, they're outstanding with his 40. Emmanuel Sebareme, 34. Eric Dusingizima, Naz Cameo, 20 off 10. And Alpesh Ramjani there, 4 for 9 in his 3. That will be the end of the match summary of match day 3, game number 5 of this East Africa Dafabet T20 Cup. We'll be back shortly with our mates, Mr. Leonard Ndamuro, for the post-match presentation. Do not go anywhere. There's a game to start at 1:15, where Rwanda is taking on Tanzania.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of game number 5 of the East Africa Trophy between Rwanda and Uganda. And Uganda winning this game by 61 runs. Congratulations, Uganda. Good luck there to Rwanda. Can I have Clinton, the captain, for a quick word? Good luck there, Clint. Unfortunate. Yesterday, you guys, we saw you chasing 170, but today, getting up there was a hard task. Where do you think you guys could have done better in order to chase that total?
Yeah, when you're chasing a big score, first of all, the foundation, the power play. Yesterday, we were lucky to have a very big opening partnership. Today, we lost a few more wickets in the power play, but we still had a chance. We got it all the way to over number 10, and when the required was now up to 10, we felt we needed to play the big shots and just keep it in check. However, our pace worked very well.
Thank you very much. Still a long tournament. I hope you've got lessons that you've learned. The winning captain, Brian. Congratulations once again, Brian. Win number 3. What is it that you guys are doing right that is giving you these positive results?
Yeah, just a bit of consistency. It's something we ask of every member of the team, and we've seen a couple of guys put their hands up. I thought Ronnie batted really well, and Ronald gave us some momentum in the power play. He gave us a good foundation to build on.
Thank you very much. And the plan, especially when you guys were bowling in the power play, what we saw from your seamers was bowling more of that 8-9 meter mark. Was it the plan that you guys have discussed as a team?
Yeah, it's a good batting track. I mean, it's very tough to contain a team in the power play, so it was important for us to bowl as tight as possible, make sure we're not giving too much width, and I thought today we did that brilliantly.
Thank you very much. All the best for the upcoming games. Right, we have got a couple of contestants here for the player of the match. Simon Sesazi, 41 of 31 balls. Ronak Patel, 44 of 29 balls. And the player of the match of today's game is Alpesh Ramjan, 45 of 31. And 4 wickets, conceding 9 runs in 3 overs. And to present the award is the RCA board member of the women representative, Sonia Uwimana. Alpesh, congratulations. 9 runs, 4 wickets in 3 overs. We have got youngsters that are watching you playing there. What lessons can you tell them?
Bowling on this track, first of all, you need to bowl stump to stump and make sure that you don't give any room to the batsman, because and try to bowl too many stock balls. So that is what I did today.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Congratulations for your award. That is it for the post-match presentation, ladies and gentlemen. We have got another game that is coming in at 1:45. Rwanda taking on Tanzania. Stay tuned.